on the Donna Smith Show.
There you go.
No, look at here, look at
I
here.
got it now.
And this is how we do it. Oh, Donna Smith Show. Y'all have it. Y'all got me.
All day.
Let me tell y'all something. This has been okay. Let me log out of here. This
everything.
and this is how we do it on the Donna Smith Show. On the Donna Smith Show. How y'all doing?
I'm good. How you doing? How you doing?
We live. I want to apologize. You guys. Technical difficulties. It made me sweat, hair all over the place. I'm perspiring. You know what? This technology is a mother butter, but we gonna do a toast right quick to the hostess with the most, because I can't look at here. Where your glasses at, my fella?
I ain't got my
Dale Bradley, John Timothy Mims, Gareth. I think JJ was trying to get in too. Click, clank, click, clank. Thank you. Here come JJ. JJ. Come on, JJ. Where your glass at? Where your glass at, JJ?
Hey, I got my.
What you got?
I got me a Foster's.
Okay, click, click.
Uh-oh.
Welcome everybody to the Donna Smith Show. I want to apologize. It's been a lot going on. I'm a little stressed. I'm a little frazzled right now, but it's gonna be okay. The devil is a liar. I not only dealing with my own personal things, but I also was dealing with some technical difficulties. I don't know for the life of me why the internet was tripping. But every time we try to get on here and do something positive and have us a good show, the devil always tries to cause havoc. But we bind that in the name of Jesus right now. We about to get busy, and y'all done had your toasters to the hostess with the mostest, and I've had my water. My cranberry juice. And this is how we do it. That's this show. Cardell, quit laughing. I see you.
Hey, I'm not laughing.
I see you. You laughing. But I am so glad to have my fellas here today. I don't know where my women at. My girl Sharon just hit me. She's on her way to Denver, and so she's not able to chime in. She's doing her, her flight thing. So, but we need to get a woman on here and there, and everything. But I'm every woman. Every woman
for when there's like
I can handle it, y'all. I can handle it. Mostest with the mostest. I can handle it. Well, welcome you guys to the Donna Smith Show. I want you to know that anything we talk about, any topic, any discussion is not meant to offend anyone. We are here to do table talk, grown folk talk. Opinions are warranted. Your comments are taken, and we are weighing it. Trust me, we love it when you chime in and say how you feel. And also, we are just 100% real. Nothing is scripted. We go off the head. I don't discriminate with opinions at all, or even when one is having disagreements here and there, because sometimes we are going to disagree, right? We have to learn to disagree agreeably and come to a medium, because we're trying to make a difference for those who are watching and those who are asking for our help in discussing certain delicate topics. Because believe me, we do have some who do send me inquiring minds, want to know topics. They want to know, they want us to discuss their issues. They do not want to be identified as who they are, but they want to know what the feedback is from others and opinions and stuff like that. So we give it the best we can. We're not trying to raise mockery. We're not trying to make fun. We're not trying to do all that. We're just trying to give real 100% feedback, and our panel is mature. I think the youngest on this panel right now is JJ, and he is one of the, JJ is mature. He's young,
Thank you.
kind of young, not really young.
JJ
kinda young, but
managed.
really
JJ
mature.
just managed.
JJ is in the middle. He's in his mid 30s, and he's so he's used to dealing with older wisdom type of folks. So he has an old soul. That's what old folks used to call it back in the days. A young person that has a young person that has an old soul.
Nah, he was managed.
Right. So we
I'll
welcome
send
you,
some off the
JJ.
wall stuff on here.
Yeah. And so we need you. We need you because sometimes, you need to let us know where you're coming from a young person's perspective. Because we bring in this seasoned grown folk talk stuff, but there is still a change of times and there's a different mindset, so we welcome that as well. And of course, I'm only 26, so man, I'm not far. I still bounce off the wall with it myself.
So
You know
then
what I'm
JJ
saying?
must be
You know what
25
I'm
if
saying?
that's to make him the youngest. So he must be 25.
Who?
Okay.
JJ?
JJ.
Yeah,
Because
JJ
that's how
23. JJ
okay,
23.
that's what makes him the youngest.
I'm 27.
Okay.
He 23. We all good.
Oh, you just had your birthday a few seconds ago.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
John, stop. We don't
Okay,
want to hear
happy
all
birthday. Come on, y'all. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah.
happy
Happy
birthday to me in January. Happy
27. All right.
You know what? Stop it. Anyway, you guys, I welcome you, of course. And I also, what is the current? I mean, first of all, I want to say congratulations to the 49ers. They whooped that butt today. Did they tap
Yeah,
that
I
butt?
saw that.
Did they tap that butt? They tapped that butt.
Yeah,
Okay.
she did.
I don't know what the Faders did, but I know what the
I
Niners.
heard the Raiders did bad.
Yeah,
I
the
heard
Faders,
that.
They lost in
well, the Faders fade
overtime.
on, they fade on. They try, they fade on sometime, but the
That's
Niners.
still one of my teams though, because I don't care. They still get Bay love because that's a
Now
Bay
our
team.
quarterback though, didn't he get hurt? Didn't he get hurt, you guys?
His ankle got broken.
So that means that
Garoppolo.
Garoppolo, how you say his name?
Garoppolo, like you said it.
Garoppolo is going to be,
Or
now he
something like
was
that.
last year quarterback, right? So
Yeah.
he's going to be back in this year because the quarterback that broke his leg is out for the whole year.
Oh wow.
Is he?
Yeah, he out for the whole year.
Oh, I
So
thought
Garoppolo really has gotten his seat back.
Yeah.
So it's about to be on. But anyway, it's
I mean, you can't be. I'm not mad at it because if you look, like I said, the 49ers got like the best quarterback group right now. You can't complain. You got a starter as a backup, you know what I mean? And then you got Sutherland or whatever, also something, whatever the other dude name. So you got guys who can come in and win games. Bottom line, off your bench.
Right.
So
but it's about to
that's
go
a
down.
good thing.
I mean, we
that's
won.
a really good thing.
Hey, tonight we blew them out. We blew them out. Okay, so this is the beginning. It's about to go down. So we just gotta, hold on. My Niners for life. We about to do our thing. I just wanted to mention that and everything. Any other current events? Anything else you guys want to share? Anything been going on during the week that you like to enlighten us about, that you may have heard about, that you have come across or heard about or anything like that? JJ, you got anything?
I've been kind of worried about y'all. I've been watching the news. Y'all got all them fires out there like crazy. I heard about the one on 35th and over in MacArthur area.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I stay on the news. I'm all the way out here in Colorado, but I stay on the Bay Area news. So I'll be watching what y'all got going on. It's crazy.
And it's real scary because
Yeah.
we get this 114, 113 degree weather, this heat wave, and then we turn around and get these high winds and the storms right after back to back. It does causes the fires to occur. And it's real scary because You know, we lose valuable property. We lose some lives. We lose, you know, there's no way around it. I mean, the wind's outside now. I mean, now I got to put on my sweaters. You know, a week ago, I didn't have to wear nothing but just a spaghetti straps. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really scary. And I thought about going and wash my car today, but I was like, why? We got a storm coming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've done that
There
before.
was some
So really
soap.
foolish.
Just
Because
a little
the
soap
next
on
day,
the
my
rag.
car got wet with the rain, and I spent $30 to get it waxed. And I'm like, what? What?
Oh, that'll just make it easier for you to wash it next time. It was worth, believe me, it'll be worth the $30.
But only in California, right? Only in
Just
Right.
go outside
California.
with a little soapy rag and kind of wipe your car down while
God,
it's
I ain't got
raining.
time for all that. I
While it's
don't. I
raining,
don't.
and let the
I don't
rain do
have
the
time for all
rest.
that, John. Because even when you do the soapy rag, then you got to wipe it down and dry it and all that. I ain't got.
No, it's
Look,
raining. Let the rain rinse it. Take
I'd
that
rather
dirt
just
off
go
there.
and pay the $30 and have somebody do it, my
I
brother.
know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I mean, I can
it's
do
good.
it,
It's good to get a
but
little
I'm such a
wax on there.
girly. I just rather have somebody do it. I mean, I can do it. It's not that I can't do it. It's just that why not go and have somebody wax and shine and do your car? Why not? Why not?
Right.
Right?
Yeah, us men, we like to be
That's
hands-on.
what
We
I
like,
do.
yeah, we like to just put,
I mean, just like
like to
I'm
get
a
a rag
licensed
and wipe
No,
it down.
I
cosmetologist.
don't wipe
I
on it
am
like I
by
used
trade.
to.
I can do feet, I can do nails, I can do facials, I can do bikini waxes, I can do all that. But why? When I can go to somewhere and have them service me and do it for me. Why? Why should I do my own nails? Why should I do my own toes? I don't have to. Right?
You come, we do your nail for you. You come sit down right here. Right here.
You come sit down right here. Oh, no. What color you want? What color you want? They ask me what color I want before I even know what color I want. I don't know what color I want. Can you just scrape the feet first?
Now,
What color
now,
you want?
now.
Pick color. Okay, pick color. You pick color for me. I pick color. I do. I know,
Now.
JJ, they doing too much.
I'm over here rolling like
But
always.
JJ, did I start it?
You kind of did. I'm sorry, you kind of did.
Okay, pick color. Okay.
So
Anyway,
if
I go
if you
and I get my feet done and I get my nails done. Now I could do them, but why? Why should I do
Right.
it? I don't need to do them. I can go get them done. So same thing with the car. I can wax it. I can go outside and wash it and do all that. But why? Why should I do it? Why? You know. But I'm not gonna do it when it's about to rain the next day. It's just gonna have to be funky dirty until next week. I mean, I don't know what else to say. But anyway, moving right along, you guys, we are into anything to share? Anybody? No.
No.
All right, you guys. So you guys have had like one of those kind of weeks where it's nothing weird has happened. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
I mean, nobody cut in front of you in the parking lot.
They do that all the time.
No road rage.
They do that all the time.
Nobody groomed your dog wrong and cut his tail off or nothing like that.
No, Colorado's starting to turn into Florida.
Why?
Woo.
There's people there was this lady at this restaurant. She pulled out a gun because the restaurant workers. She went to jail.
She pulled out a gun. Why?
Just because she was dissatisfied with her service at the restaurant.
So now it's not about you just don't leave a tip. It's about you just pull out a gun because you didn't give me the right service.
They leaving the tip. They're gonna leave a tip.
I don't know what she was trying to accomplish.
I mean, come on now, folks. I mean, really, let's just talk about this a
no
little bit.
No offense.
So it's really about you pull out a gun because you didn't like the service instead of just saying, I'm not going to leave them a $10 tip.
Yeah, I'm gonna look more into this story, but yeah, she wouldn't leave the police. She got all the way to her house. She wouldn't come out her house. The police had to shut down the neighborhood for a second, and then they went ahead and was able to get her in cuffs and take her to jail.
Did you guys hear about the the elderly man, which I can understand why they don't want to renew older people's license and stuff. The man who ran into Trader Joe's, he thought he was hitting the
Yep, I
brakes, but
saw that.
he hit the gas pedal and end up injuring quite a few people. I mean, really though, I'm in Trader
Yeah.
Joe's a lot, and I'm
Yeah,
like, really
He's
though.
probably listening to Sage the Gemini, gas pedal, gas.
I mean, that's why
He
after
don't
80, they
like
don't be
He
want to
don't
renew
like
your
Trader Joe's.
license, dude. They be like, no, you can't drive no more. You can't drive no more.
It wasn't his age. He just didn't like Trader Joe's.
No. I don't think he did it purposely. Come on, John.
But I told you, I was at Kaiser and the lady drove through the. I remember I told you she drove through the window at Kaiser. I was at Kaiser.
Wow.
And my appointments with my physician is always late. I take the latest one. So it's the medical office because so
why
they
did
closing.
You said she drove to where? She drove
They
to
had
where?
they had the big old concrete planters they got lined up just so people don't drive up through there because the parking spaces are right there. She pushed that big old concrete planter all the way into the building.
Oh my God.
It had the car, and she said I forgot what her excuse was. I forgot when it was. Sure enough, I got
Well, it's all about, I don't know.
Hmm?
I think sometimes it's accidental, sometimes it's mindset.
I'm a firm believer that
it's always an accident. It's always an accident.
This pandemic has taken away people's ability to drive. I guess people forgot the instruction manual for some reason. They forgot what lanes to get in properly.
No, they haven't forgotten. I mean, some days on my commute to work, it's not that I've forgotten. It's just that I would love to run in the back of somebody, but I know I can't do that. There's people who's driving. It just don't make no sense. Why are they on the road? Why are you on the road? I mean, they're doing everything from talking on the phone to doing their makeup.
I was about to say that, doing their makeup.
I mean, they're doing so many different things. Some of them are just they will just tailgate you just because they just frustrated and they running late. The boss then told them if they late one more time, they're gonna get fired, right? So they are tailgating you. Only thing you gotta do is hit your brake one time and they're going to back end you.
Right.
I mean, it's so much stuff. And I'm like, I get so frustrated. I'm so over it. I'm so over the commute. It's ridiculous. Yeah. And now with gas being $5.17 and up in a gallon.
Oh wow, we're back down to 3 something out here.
Well, God bless you. We ain't seen 3 in about 2 years over here.
Oh wow. That's crazy.
Okay. We ain't seen 3. I don't know. I don't know the last time
running
we
gas
have in the Bay Area. Lines. We have not seen $3 gas and I don't know how long. Right now, I just went to the gas station yesterday. I paid $5.17 a gallon for regular unleaded. This is not the premium.
Yeah.
This is the regular.
I'm gonna still come back out there to visit, but that's it. I'm gonna come right back out here and pay.
Well, you prices. Can take me back with you until it gets cold. I want to come back when it gets too cold.
I don't think it would be.
I'll come back and visit. Oh. Can I come back and visit? I'll take a couple of weeks off work.
Yeah, you definitely be here during the spring when it's mellow and it's not too hot.
Yeah, I'd like to come visit. I've been to Colorado before, but I've been to Colorado Springs. I've been to Denver, what city Colorado.
I'm in Colorado Springs.
Oh, okay.
Yep, south of Denver.
I've been to Denver. I think I went to Springs. I went up to I stayed in a cabin up in the hills where the snow was and all that stuff.
Yeah, so that is nice.
But it's extremely cold out there. And it was a lightweight boring. It wasn't really a lot going on in Denver.
It's an old people town. It's for retirement.
Yeah, I'm I can't do this right now. It was like literally, I'm like, okay, so where's the party at? Where is
the party's up in Denver? You gotta go to Denver for the party.
I mean, it was like it was like hardly nothing going on out there. But I mean, they say that it has upgraded and that Denver does have some things going on too, and that has changed a lot. But I like to maybe go one more time and be able to really, just check it out, but not when it's really cold, you guys.
Oh no.
The cold weather, the cold season there is so. I mean, it's bone chilling cold. It's that cold that just, oh my God.
You
If
can
you're
feel
from
it before
Cali,
the
you're
snow
not going to
comes in.
understand that kind of cold.
Right.
I don't know how you've been there as long as you have. Maybe because you stay home a lot. I don't know.
Because
But
I'm always hot. I can go outside in the snow with this t-shirt on just fine. I'm just
oh,
hot.
see, I can't.
I'm always hot.
It would be a mess. It would just be a mess. But anyway, you guys, we got to move right along to our inquiring minds want to know. And there's two inquiring minds want to know. The first one is going to be more on a level of something different, but it's okay. Why do we as a race promote the worst of ourselves? Pimps, BIs, and H's, sagging pants, showing their draws. Better yet, where is the outcry of racial pride from us? There is no other race of people on the continent that endures the BS that we do, yet we continually dog ourselves. And why? That's pretty deep.
That was good.
That's pretty deep. If y'all need me to read it again, I will.
Yes, please read it one more time, please.
Why do we?
I gotta close my camera.
Why do we as a race promote the worst of ourselves? Pimps, BIs, H's, sagging pants, showing their draws. Better yet, where is the outcry of racial pride from us? Where is the outcry of racial pride from us? There is no race of people on any continent that endures the BS that we do, yet we are continually dogged. Are we continually dog ourselves? Why?
There's a lot to unpack here. A lot to unpack.
Yeah, we continually dog ourselves.
That's so broad. You're right.
And why?
Well, what I'll say on the flip side of that is we're the most imitated, we're the most plagiarized, we're the most looked at.
Start over. Say it again.
We're the most plagiarized, we're the most imitated, we're the most looked at in as far as
all over the world.
All over the world now. And let's just look at hip hop, because that's basically the crux of what's going on here, is the hip hop influence and how it didn't used to always be like that for Black people. That wasn't always our image. We were always looked at as the scholars and the educated people and the ones that were making a difference and making a change in this world. So I think it's been systematically put into place to put images out of Black people to make us look bad or look in a different light like that. I won't say it's all bad, but I mean we could address the sagging of the pants, we could address the pimps and the H's and the BI's and all that, but that's different layers to that. And really, what needs to be addressed here is the images that are being put out of us are not always positive. And I think.
But why do you think that the images are not being put out on a positive note? Do you think that is because of the changing times, or because of the mindset of individuals in this day and time? Or do you think that the influences has a lot to do with it? what do you think actually has changed the mindset?
You know what I think?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'll jump in later.
No, no. I would like to hear your perspective as well.
Okay.
On
And this is just my opinion. In the 60s, we had more of a clean cut image, right?
Yeah.
70s, we kind of went out on our own, made things our own style, either with the dashiki look, the back to Africa look, whatever you want to call it. But there were still pimps and hoes back then too as well. What really was a turning point was really like Jay said, was the hip hop era. It's a new era to express yourself in a different way. It's not really conforming to the masses. It's setting a foundation for their own self-worth. Now, the theory behind it all, in my opinion, is more a good thing for Black people that are doing something now in terms of images, because when you think about it, 40 years ago, we wasn't in the mainstream. As Jay said earlier, everybody's imitating us. They're doing it blatantly. They've been doing it for years, been stealing stuff from us and making it their own. Now, if you look at it, what we're doing is we're taking control of those images and we're creating them for us, our culture, our own ethnicity. A good example is the I guess Woman King with Viola Davis. Most of the cast is Black and they're women. You know, so when you think about that, that movie wouldn't have been made 40 years ago. It wouldn't even made the theaters. Probably would have had a picket line around the theaters if it tried to be released. So we have come a long way. We're still going to make some strides, but the biggest thing is that somebody really has a distinction between what's negative and what's positive. Some people would say the negative things that we look at, we flip them on our head and make them positive for us, where other people still see them as negative. So it might be a term of endearment. Some people say, nah, it's just a fad, it's a style. It's just like hip hop was a fad. They thought it would go away in 10 years, but it's here, it's mainstream. You know, hey, we're gonna burn all the hip hop records. We're gonna break them down. We're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Hey, hip hop is mainstream worldwide right now. You can't turn on the TV set or radio set. First thing that comes out is Black music. Black influence.
Right.
So we are putting a dent in culture. It's becoming more and more mainstream, but it's still always going to have, in somebody's eye, a negative connotation to it, no matter what, because we're Black and we can't, as they say, rise to the top. But we're doing that slowly and surely. We're rising to the top. People can't accept it. That's why people are going crazy. They're doing it. They lying to each other. The biggest thing in my lifetime was the insurrection on January 6th. I ain't never seen no shit like that.
Right.
Now, if there was a bunch of Black people with that same tenacity, that same meaning, trying to invade any property, didn't have to be the White House. Could have been a store. What they had done?
Right.
And enforce violence. So, you know,
which made a big impact. Yeah.
We're always going to be seen as a negative. No matter what we do, it's always going to be a negative. So even though it might be a style you don't agree with, but it's nothing really bad about the style. It's just the culture. It's what the culture is doing right now. They're not doing what we did 40
So you
years
think that has a lot to do with why we promote the worst in ourselves instead of the best?
Well,
Because that's all that that's all we're getting fed with. That's all we know.
you know, some people would say, hey, you know, it's based on two things. You know, one person would say, well, that ain't happening to me. Another person would say, well, hey, you know, I'm being held against my own race. I'm being racist against Black people. I'm being racist against white people. So am I a racist? But then again, it's like, no matter what you do, it's not good enough. No matter what it is, you're never going to be good enough for somebody. Everybody's got an opinion, but it's not for the right struggle to move the culture along in the right way. It's always going to be a negative. It's always negative.
So how can we bring about change? How can we change that mindset? What do you think it takes? Do you think it takes positive reinforcement from those who have more wisdom or more experience in that area? Or does it take more positive reinforcement from you know, your own personal self-esteem per se, or upbringing?
Well, you know, everybody's not going to conform, period. You know, everybody's not going to conform. Some people will say, man, I'll try it. Some people will say, I ain't doing that. I'm just saying, I'm going to be myself. This is who I am. You either deal with me the way I am or not. But I'm not going to change. So I could respect somebody that might still sag their pants. I don't do it. I don't agree with it, but that's on them. You know, maybe it shares a bad light, but to who? A white person? Some person outside the culture that don't really know it? You know, I could wear loud colors. Why you wearing that loud color? Why you got the purple on? Why you got the orange on? Why you got the red on? Not conforming to the masses of white folks. Good example. Remember when the President Barack wore a tan suit?
Yep, the good example.
He wore a tan suit and people flipped out.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't nothing wrong with the suit, but it was tan. It went against everything.
And he looked damn good in it too.
He did. He looked dapper. You know, he looked dapper.
But they didn't understand, or they didn't want to accept that. They didn't want to accept that.
That's what I'm saying, because it's the culture. Once again, he did something that he felt comfortable in his own skin. Hey, I'm gonna put the suit on. I like it. It fits good. It looks good. I'm feeling good. So just because it ain't black, it ain't gray, it ain't blue, don't mean I can't wear it.
They couldn't find nothing else to pick on him about at that time either. He was doing good at the time. They had to find something. That was the main thing for them to focus on, and they amplified it times 10. Same thing with Michelle Obama sleeveless dress that she had on. The last person that wore it was she was one of the Kennedys. Forgot her name.
Jackie Kennedy.
Jackie Kennedy, thank you. She was one of the last ones to wear it. But they ripped Michelle for a long time off of that dress. For no reason. She looked good in her dress too.
That's why, and they do that. And that goes back to the last question. Why do we continue to dog ourselves?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Now
I can hear you, Minister John.
Oh,
I can hear you.
No, but see, we got it going back to about the glorifying the pimps and all this other stuff. It's not. We can't blame that on hip hop. Hip hop. We have to be careful because there's really they classify it, but we know a hip hop sound or rhyme a lot of the stuff dealt with, you know, a mellow beat about the positivity of people, of things of our people and stuff like that. Gangster rap was a whole different thing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, okay, but we gotta go all the way back. I mean, everybody talking about the suit and everything. Let's go back. You know the song you hear on your ice cream truck?
The ice cream
Mm-hmm.
jingle. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that's a racist song.
Yeah. It is.
Yeah.
Okay? The song it's well, let's say Trigger. Trigger loves watermelon, ha 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 ha.
Yeah. Yeah.
The guy wrote the song, and because watermelon was considered the black man's ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a whole thing. Okay, so they're gonna make a mockery. Mockery is gonna be made by those who have that type of stuff running through their veins. All right, so that's gonna happen. But when we look at ourselves looking at things at say pimps or glorified, we go all the way back to where when like Cordell said some people are not going to want to change from that or whatever. You know, if
Yeah.
you said how do you change that? But we had to go back. That was all you've seen. So much was going on, and even then, they were actually kind of then were the folks who were kind of feeding some folks and taking care of the community. So they were looked at. You know, I mean, we got movies like Superfly and stuff like that that were big movies back then.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? I mean, you
Exactly.
had Curtis Mayfield down there did a whole was it going down album. You know what
Right.
I mean? And so we, you know, what I mean, we have that kind of stuff. So when you have these communities that still have this, you know, breaking the little kids off a little something, or they feeling this is all they got. So to try to get rid of that kind of stuff, or to kind of help, how can we get rid of it? It's not really telling people you need to change. It's really because our communities, we don't see it as much because we start to have more in our communities, but we need a whole lot more. We need programs that our kids can go to after school and do things. We don't have sports and music and all that stuff in the schools as it is, but they put us in these private, you know, we're in these public schools. They used to provide us with everything. Teach you how to take economics, you know, teach you a trade because academics ain't for everybody, you
Right.
know, and all these things. And you
Right.
have all this stuff that is not available. So now that's not available in your school. So you know it's not available in your community. So you have some who still see this. So yeah, we create based on our environment, what we see. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they like we said, plagiarize. Oh yeah, they want
Yeah.
to call it urban wear. Now everybody wear it. If you live in the city now, see, no, first it was urban was actually localized to where it
Right.
was in the community, the black community.
Mm-hmm.
And oh, let's change this. Let me say the community of colored people. That's what it was. So,
Mhm.
you know, our Latino brothers, our Asian brothers, yeah, that was called urban,
Mhm.
you know, because it wasn't where, you know, where it was kind of, let's call it, it was kind of, it almost was kind of saying, oh, they're a step up from the ghetto. You know what I'm saying? So it kind
Yeah.
of localized, but now it's about city wear, but we're gonna call it urban wear.
I know
Right.
that
We're
was
gonna
broken.
transfer that title and we're gonna remove city wear and we're gonna transfer that title into here.
The
So
urban wear.
yeah, we got all that going on. But a lot of times the cool part about how we looked at ourselves and how we did ourselves, that goes even to, you know, because we talked about music, but we had to look at back at film because if we even go back further in film, we had two cats who was on television and we had Amos and Andy, Andy and Amos and Andy. You're right. So you had these guys, you had Richard Pryor had a show, you know, we had things, but then when anytime somebody tried to do something that was big screenish, put it that way. Because we had Cotton Come to Harlem, we had Watermelon Man, we had Coffee, we had all these shows, Black Dolomite, and what was the other one?
The man.
We had the Mac, and we Black Caesar. We had all these stuff, but we had a lot of black exploitation. So now we were almost we were already being exposed, exploited in these white films. And then when we started doing these films that was around us, and we thought, oh, it's a film about black people, but it was about pimps being this way, this person being this way. You had to be that stereotype,
Exactly.
but you only get one hero. We ain't gonna give you too many heroes. Too many of your cousins can't be heroes, but we gonna give you one hero in the movie. You know what I'm saying? And you'll get that. That's gonna be the only positive. But that one's still gonna have a what's happening, baby? When lay it down on the groove time on the black side. And you still gonna have all that, So that right there had us in a way when we see things on the screen like that and stuff, it's almost like subliminal, messaging saying, oh yeah, the pimp, look at the pimp, look at the hoes, look at the money, look at the this, look at the that. And then now we're all messed up because that's what we see on the screen. It's a good movie and we go watch it. I think a good movie that came out around, like towards the end of that, of like Superfly, rather, around that time, a good movie that came out that showed how we were being exploited, but how we weren't going to take it. And that was Bingo Long Traveling All Stars. And it was with Billy D. Williams, Richard Pryor, and all of them. That was an all black, that was a strong black cast. This was a strong black cast before Harlem Nights. You see what I'm saying? And it was about how we were exploded and used in the baseball, in sports, and they weren't gonna put up with it, and stuff like that, and how we had this, So we have to look at that. There's some positive things that we have going on now, like Cordell, I was thinking about the saying he said, slowly but surely, but that we come back. But we rise pretty quick because you have to look at all the events that take place where they kick us down. We got to keep popping up. They bring us down. We got to keep popping up. We got to keep it moving. So when we think about the tan suit, that's, but that goes back to where we're being told, appropriate places and appropriate this. But then who qualify you to say what's appropriate for what? You see what I'm saying? So let's be careful. I'm not, so what we know is appropriate is dress decent.
Right.
Don't come in no rags, don't come naked. Don't come, you know
Don't
what I'm
come
saying?
with no saggy pants.
No shoes, no shirt, no service. Just keep it, come appropriate. And folks, so you're gonna have all that. But one thing about it, we have to understand some of the music that we hear, we don't, as us, especially older folks, we have to really look at what we were listening to, and what we were going through at the time. At the time, we were getting some bullying by the police then, you know what I mean, and couldn't go do this. And so we had our NWAs, our public enemies, folks, who was talking about this job,
Well, even prior to that. So as you spoke about Curtis Mayfield, Marvin Gaye, they all talk about, pushing it forward. So,
but I'm thinking about hard time at our teenage times. Right. This was our music.
Everybody goes through a genre where they feel that they're connected to, which propels them to do better, or even expose them to say, "Hey, look, it might be two ways to go about this, but right now, this is the way I feel. This is the way I'm thinking." Even though
you're saying the key thing right there, the way I feel and the way I think, and I had to cross my fingers on that because I'm gonna say something about this right here. man, my music collection, from my Miles to my Zydeco to my rap, you name it, I had it. My
Yeah.
rock and roll 20 Rush 2112, my favorite album. You know what I'm saying? Uh, but check this out. Check this out. But when it was time for me to throw these shoulders on somebody, I'm about to bump me some DMX, or I'm about to bump me something that gonna get me in that
Yeah.
mindset.
Not
Cause
the
we
DMX,
about to
Yeah.
take it
not
to
the
the street.
DMX, my
That's what I'm
brother.
saying. So we have to understand, these kids, a lot of these youth, a lot of the stuff they seeing is happening. We're not talking about all this money and all that, but we're talking about how the girls are being treated, how they're being treated, even how they're treating girls, and how they're doing this, and this is their expression. It's their expression. This is what they're doing, and then unfortunately, but that's what it is. But the thing about us glorifying this stuff, when we start being able to educate our own people a lot more, and I'm not just saying having to push all of them through universities and stuff, because some of them are better at trade. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just how it
Yeah,
is. That's the balance
yeah,
of it.
yeah,
But
yeah.
but that's what I mean. But educating them about themselves, who they are,
Yes, yes.
and the value that they carry, that nobody can place any type of price tag on them or what have you. And
Yeah.
then when we start building, getting back to really building our communities. But it's so hard to build when you're constantly being pushed. I think about
Right.
San Francisco 3rd Street. They're constantly pushing, they're pushing, they're pushing. The demographics up there is so different now. I'm telling you, at work, I always look at that to see how the different neighborhoods are
Oh yeah.
changing and
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
stuff. And oh man,
They're
where we
different.
were, do you know we're not even the majority in the Bayview in the Hunters Point?
Oh, I know that. I see it all
You
the time.
know, so
Every time I
so
go to the
it's a
city, I see it.
lot that goes on with that, so that glorifying and all that, like I said, it starts with mainly with us raising,
Understand who
trying to
we are.
trying to teach instead of cut down. Hey, they wearing sags, okay? They wearing sags. Hell, some of us was wearing them old raggedy, big old flyaway bell bottoms with them big old flappity wing collars on the
Dollars.
shirts and them old ankle breaking high heel shoes,
Shoes.
platforms.
Platform
I
shoes.
mean, we had our
It
wear,
was
you know what I
radical
mean?
too back then, right?
Mhm.
But the best thing is, it's not about to scold them about it. It's about teaching. And sometimes you teach better with your mouth shut. Build a relationship, present yourself a certain way, stop cutting folks down. And when you start meeting folks where they're at, and then they start seeing things, they'll start to you'll start noticing, oh, they pulling their pants up. They might sag around their friends,
Right.
and
Right.
then they come
But
around
I've
you
also
and they
been
pull them
enlightened.
up.
I've been enlightened to the fact that sagging, the word sagging, SAGGIN, in reverse is
Yeah.
Yeah.
NIGGAS.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
that's pretty deep.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty deep.
Mm-hmm.
But even when you
Now,
reverse the audio of the word, when you reverse the audio of the word on the,
yes.
it sounds like that.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Mhm.
but the cool part is we how, is that new? Is that something new?
No, that's been around
You
for.
see what I'm saying?
I've known that.
So
I've known
so
that for
what
over
had
10 years.
happened is when things come about, we got away from the way our folks used to function through things. Okay, yeah, this and that was going on still. I mean, you got to think some of our folks. I mean, it was pretty rough for some of our folks to even have to deal with the assassination of King and Kennedy. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? So, and because they're dealing with their jobs, economy, they're concerned about all that, but they still trying to raise their families in the way of knowing who you are, doing like you're supposed to do. That's how we get to where we are. But what happens somewhere in there, people got to facing things that was going on somewhere, and they got off of that. We still push forward. We still keep our head up, no matter how it look. We ain't got two dimes. We
Right,
got one. You know,
right.
let's
You can't lose
let's
sight of
make it.
what's
Now,
reality.
You
no,
know,
but
Right.
it's
these
kind
other
of,
generations that got so messed up, leftovers is not in their vocabulary, and then they don't know how to go to the cover and pull some stuff out and make some food. If it
Mhm.
ain't a certain way, they're not eating it. You know, so
you know what I think? I think since we're doing on that topic, here's what I think happened. Just my opinion. Your mom and dad, my mom and dad, they told us what we gonna eat. They said, hey, you either eat it or you don't. That's what we got, right? That's what we got. Now it's like, hey, baby, what you want to eat? What you mean
yeah,
what I want?
that's
I
what it
ain't
is.
man. You can eat what I put in front of you, or you ain't gonna eat. So it's one of the things is like, I ain't eating that, mama. I don't like that. Well, guess what?
You ain't
You
gonna eat.
just don't eat. So you the kids nowadays are given choices, which is fine. I don't really bash them for that. But the thing is that when you disobey your parents, you disobey more than just a parent. It's the same things and the values of your family that you're disobeying. So
Exactly.
we got to get back to the point where kids are kids, that they do have opinions. We'll listen to them, but they can't be dictators. They can't drive the parent to do what the kids want to do. Even though they're kids, they feel like they got some rights. The only right that they have is to get old.
And that's absolutely I get it. I get it that you're making a lot of sense with that. They cannot be dictators.
right.
But
That's the key.
what's the problem with that though?
That why should kids be able to
What's the
dictate?
problem? What's the problem with that though?
I don't feel that kids should be
No, I
able to
mean,
dictate.
what's the problem? The
It
problem
comes back.
of why they're dictating. The
It comes
problem
back
of
to
why they're dictating
the
because the
society.
parents are not
Right.
parenting.
That's right.
It don't. It see we put things on the youth. You only learn which is presented to you.
Exactly. Okay, I get that. I get
You're
that.
Okay,
exposed to it.
you learn what is so. If check this out, the learning in the house, because you're gonna learn stuff from your peers. That's a given. Okay, but the learning in the house should succeed the learning from your peers, and that's the problem. That's the problem right there. And we say, "Oh, our youth is off the hook." Yeah, they off the hook. But like to say, I always say, ask the questions within the question or the comment. So the kids are the youth are off the hook. So now we ask the questions. Why aren't they off the hook? Who got them out here like this off the hook? How did they end up out here? Where did they learn this from? What when we start asking them questions, then we can learn to understand how we got to this.
Well, how do they even know how to answer the questions?
Who the kids?
The you.
You don't ask them. I'm saying this. I'm saying this is okay. Let's put it this way. I make the statement of our youth are off the hook. I can't leave it right there. What I need to do is, if I see that they're off the hook, and that's what I need to do is ask myself, why are they off the hook?
Mm-hmm.
Not just give them a description of they're off the hook. Why are the kids like this? What's going on with? We have so many kids that's going on. Do we really think a lot of them really choose that? Some had no other choice.
But do a lot of parents even know why they are off the hook?
The parents off the hook themselves.
Yeah. They have no structure. So
stop putting. And I ain't no structure. Just with it.
Because the
I wish
parents don't even know why the kids are off the
This-
hook. Because the parents is off the hook.
I know from growing up,
Stop it, John. Stop it. Stop it.
I know from growing up,
That's why they on
Stop it, John. Stop it.
That's why they on the hook.
we learn from what we see. We
Stop
learn
it.
from what we see. If we
Let's
got an
be
off the
real.
hook parent, if we got a parent that's just wild and out all the time, always partying, drinking, and that's what the kids see all the time, what you think the kids gonna grow up and end up doing? They're gonna end up wanting to party all the time and drink and smoke
And
and stuff
I
like that.
have friends like that.
It's just like that. That's just
Because really, the
way it is.
first influencer for any child is their mom and dad.
Right.
Thank you. Thank
That's
you.
the first influence. So even though, mama said, don't do that, I'm gonna try it anyway. Well, you're gonna get your ass kicked, right?
Yeah.
I'll do it and see what happens. Okay. Well, it didn't come out very good. You got punished for it. So the next time you're gonna know better. So the biggest influencers are in the home. It's mom and dad. But like you said, you gotta have structure at home, and you gotta have the same amount of accountability at home as the parent to be able to influence your child.
Exactly.
If there's no influence,
No, that's
on
the same. You gotta have the majority. You can't have the
Yeah.
same as your peers.
Yeah.
You gotta
Yeah.
have the majority, and you gotta be able to and you gotta be able to help de-escalate their influence that they have from someone else.
someone else. But
Yeah, it ain't no shoot. But see, the problem is you got the parents here.
smoking a pipe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Passing
we
the
gotta
blunt.
address those generational curses as well, because sometimes stuff is passed down from the great grandparents on down. So,
So
and how you gonna deal with that? You know
But
what I
say
mean? And
stuff.
it's up to us. It's up to the youth
Yeah.
to be able to break those generational curses.
Yes.
For example,
I agree with that.
having children at
JJ.
such a young age and stuff like that. Those are
Okay, that
other
kind of
issues,
okay.
you
Well,
know?
I wanted to know when you said stuff,
Sometimes it
because that
is
was pretty
passed down.
broad.
Sometimes it is passed down.
But how is it passed down? I want to know.
It's the
Because I
genetics.
know my nose was passed down.
It's the genetics sometimes.
I know that was passed
And
down. Because
sometimes
you, me
it's
and
the
my mama got the
genetics.
same nose. Me and my
No, it
mama,
ain't
that's
the
my
nose. But
mama.
if you have Uncle Bob that was alcoholic, and then
That
your
ain't passed
mom was alcoholic, and then it's in the genetics sometimes. And then you end up becoming an alcoholic.
Well, I would agree and disagree at the same time. So
I'll drink to that.
you could you could see it.
JJ, you a mess. You a mess,
You can
JJ.
see it. You can see
So
it in
he
your
was
household.
mannish.
You can see it around your community, but that don't mean you got to do it.
Mhm.
Right.
Because there's a
that
lot
don't
of
mean you
people
gotta
come
do
from
it.
out of households like that. Cordell,
Yeah.
right. You don't.
You-
That's a choice.
It's a
Just the bottom
genetic
line
thing
is that-
too, though. If you dealing with a father that's an alcoholic, the chances of you becoming an alcoholic is high. For real. For real, for real.
Yeah,
Well,
because. But
that
is
could
it
be.
because of the behavior that you have to witness and endure
It's
and
not
all
just
the
behavior, it's
stuff? So
genetics.
you
It's
start following it too. So
It's
you mean it?
genetics too. It's
So you
genetics
mean to
too.
tell me?
Research it. It
So,
is.
so Donna, my dad was a cheater. Am I going to be a cheater?
That's something different.
No.
That's something different. Your dad was
No,
chasing
that's
bootay.
genetics.
That
So
don't
my
mean
dad-
you want to chase
Hey, look,
bootay.
look,
That was
You
a
may
good question.
decide to run
My
away
dad
from
was a
bootay.
smoker.
Okay,
My dad was a smoker. I don't smoke.
and I agree
No,
with
that's
Cordell.
different. But when it comes to alcoholism,
My
that
father
is a
was an
genetical
alcoholic.
trait. I'm
My
telling
father
you
was an
guys.
alcoholic. I grew up in a house with an alcoholic and
Okay.
a smoker.
So
an
your
avid
risk of
smoker.
becoming an alcoholic is great, John. You
Oh,
have to
guess
watch
what?
it.
Guess what? Guess what? I mean, I can have a drink. I know what it, because see, this is the thing. I'm not going to get like that. I didn't watch him. He didn't hit cars and flip cars on top of our car and all.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's a funny story to tell now, but I mean,
Oh,
but who wants? I learned. I told you I was behind the wheel very young. And he. Come on, we're gonna go to Marin County, and guess who driving back?
You
Thank
had
you.
no choice.
Late
How old
night,
were you, John?
girl. I've been behind the wheel since I was Dudley Stone with the third grade. I know I was behind the wheel before then. He had a you know the
wow.
Garrett Cordell. You might know he had a Corsair. What's that car called? A Corsair.
With the engine in the
Corvair.
back?
It had the mid in it was the mid engine, yeah, in the
Yeah,
back
yeah,
there.
in the back.
And
Yeah,
push button start,
yeah,
little
yeah,
small car.
yeah,
That's what
Wow.
I
yeah.
learned how to drive. You know where I learned how to drive? He made me drive on Haight Street where it'd be all crowded and stuff in the
Oh,
Haight
Jesus
Ashbury. He
Christ.
said, because if you can drive through there, you got the buses coming through there.
Yeah.
You can drive through this, you can drive through
Oh, you the
anything.
one that hit my daddy car and kept going.
I probably hit you. I know. Check
You,
this out.
yeah.
I hit my
Oh, okay.
neighbor.
What was
I
your
hit
car?
my neighbor.
You
My
the one
neighbor.
hit my daddy car from behind
My neighbor came out from in between the
on Hay
cars to go
Street.
to his car, and I hit him when he came out from in between the car.
You know what?
So I probably hit your daddy too. No, I ain't never had no. That was my only incident like that. But I've been. But you know. But
Wow.
the whole thing is, we people are not parenting like
Yeah,
they
that's the
should,
bottom line. They're
and
not.
a lot of times and a lot of things now in their defense, because they have some substance abuse going on or something, you know. And then you have some who now people in our community are starting to say, okay, there's some mental health going on. And
Yeah,
we got to understand that took a big part from years ago because we pushed it, like I say, oh, Uncle Frank is crazy. And Uncle Frank was really crazy. Leave Uncle Frank alone. And
Mhm.
Uncle Frank crazy, and Uncle Frank is really crazy, you know. And so, no, but it's
You gonna
really
make somebody feel bad about Uncle Frank. Don't talk about Uncle
no,
Frank.
but it's the truth though. That was the pink
yeah,
elephant, right?
yeah.
So,
Mhm.
now I said the pink elephant because the girl wrote the book, The Pink Elephant in the Middle of the Ghetto, and it dealt with mental health,
That's right.
and so. We in mental health tied with usage, tied with so we have so much that is so entwined. So imagine as a youth what you have to go through.
Exactly.
And then you have to give it to some of these youth who still attend school.
Yeah,
And still try
I
their
love
hardest.
I see a lot of them. They still may be acting a certain way or whatever. They run with their friends, but they still attend. And see, that's where we got to get them. That's where we got to be more. See, we don't like to be present in the schools and show up. Oh, I'm checking on the kids and this and this. We can go to these schools
yeah.
and
It's
see
simple
there.
to the public.
But the whole thing, we don't get involved in the thing, but then we wonder why Miss Roanne is the one sitting up here, in my kid's face, teaching my kid, helping my kid learn how to do this and do this, when it should be some of us up there trying to do that,
Hmm.
And I'm
Well,
telling
I
you,
say keep doing
the
what you can do as much
yeah,
as you can do.
helping
And
these kids. Don't blame it on them kids.
no, you can't blame it on the kids. We have to do our part as trying to be the examples and try to promote positivity in the best way that we can. And that's just it, and that's all. I mean, to our youth, to our siblings, to our children, to our friends, to our lovers, all of that. You have to always try to exhibit positive energy, positive advice, positive
Hmm.
you know, energy towards them, and hopefully that will have a positive effect in making a difference here, because we
They
can go
do
all
carry
day
some
long and talk
responsibility.
about what we need to do, but
Yeah.
it's you having the mindset to make a difference, to do the best you can to make a positive difference. And so that's the direction I want to go with this. Inquiring minds want to know. Y'all done went all over the map. Y'all done went down the street, around the corner, around the block, up the
It was
hill.
a
Brought it back home.
broad
But
topic.
that was
Brought
a
it
hot
back
topic,
home.
and it was a very powerful topic, and it was, you know, it's something that could actually be a whole nother segment, and we have to probably revisit on another time. But I have another
That's
inquiring
what
mind
JJ
want to
said.
know question that I'd like to put out there. I have been lonely for love for a while now. The
Hello.
one I love has not professed to love me back. They have a host of
Somebody loves
friends.
you back.
They have a host of friends of the opposite sex, and has even come at a friend or two of mine.
Whoa.
We are not exclusive, but have been clapping for a few years. They say they want to marry again, and that we
What you
and that what we have is all good. How is it good when all we have is a physical connection? I am over it, but love being under it. Should I demand more, leave, or just hold on until something better comes along?
Wow.
Don't lose your D appointment. Keep the D appointment. Go look for somebody else. End of story.
So the
Just
D
like
appointment is
finding a new
the
job,
clap.
The clap.
That's the clap
yeah.
appointment.
Yeah.
So keep the
appointment.
clap appointment.
Keep the clap
And keep
appointment.
clapping until the something else better of substance
Yep.
comes along.
Yep. Don't deprive yourself of the clap.
You know, that's interesting because a lot of people do that.
Stay with the
A lot
clap.
of people will stay in connection with something where the clap is readily available, and that's good. But they know that it's not going to a direction of any type of solidarity or whatever that word is.
Yeah.
And so they end up keeping a clap until something of some type of substance come along, and then they just exit stage left.
Oh.
So is
Oh.
that wrong?
I got a reminder.
And then what they do is they take the time with the new person and not clap as quickly, because they really don't have to, because they already clapping with the old person. And then they're able to get to know the new person in more of a more rounded quality basis. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can you read just that
So
first
she's
part?
a player, huh?
Can you read just that first part?
Huh?
Can you just read the opening part?
I have been lonely for love for a while now. The one I love has not professed to love me back. They have a host of friends of the opposite sex and has even come at a friend or two of mine. We are not exclusive, but have been clapping for a few years. They say they want to marry again, and that that what we have is all good. How is it good when all we have is a physical connection?
Remember,
I am over it. I'm over it, but love being under it.
remember I made a statement to you about dumping grounds.
Yeah, dumping ground. I like to talk about that today.
All right.
I like to go into the dumping.
Cordell started laughing, so he must already know what I'm talking about.
Okay, what I was talking to John about earlier was we was talking on the level of dumping ground, which it was something that was uniquely different from what I've heard of. I've heard of friend with benefits. I've heard of, all this stuff. But there is a term now called the dumping ground,
Not
where
now.
a
I know I'm
person
gonna
will
start
get with
hearing that.
you
I'm-
just to dump on you the little clap, 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 and then poof, be gone. And then until it's time to dump again, which I thought was in terms of sounding more towards garbage. Sounds like dumping some trash on you and then gone. I mean, have you guys heard of the dumping?
I've
The
heard of a
dumping
word
ground?
I've heard of a word that goes with dump, but I don't know if you can say that on YouTube, so I'm not gonna say it. But it starts with a C and ends with dump. So I was thinking
Okay.
along those lines. Maybe
Okay.
maybe
You right. You right.
okay. So
Is that the
Because
same? Is that
no,
in
but she
relation?
said she went to trash. We're not gonna go that
I mean,
into.
I thought of it
It
as
was
when he
more of a
said dumping
load.
ground, I thought of
It was
trash.
dumping a load, a place where you dump a load. The dumps. Let me go dump this load at the dump over here in
I mean, so is
Brisbane.
that what people do now when you're dealing with someone? When
People
you're
been
dealing
doing
with
that for a
someone
long
that you're
time.
just doing the clap with, you just
They've been
get
doing it.
together with clap only, and then you're gone until the next time is to clap. Is that the dumping ground?
I mean,
Come.
obviously, this person likes it, and that's the part I'm gonna fixate on. Is they're tired of the going out, and this person is flirting with the friends. I get all of that, but they keep having relations with this person. It needs to go ahead and keep it going until they find somebody that's worthy and up to their standards of what they're looking for. But right now, this person is not being respectful and hollering at the friends and stuff. And
Probably messing with some other women.
yeah, see, they took the words from my mouth. See, there we
You
go.
Or guys. I don't know if it's a girl or guy.
They have
yeah.
not. No, we don't. But they
We
say
don't
they
know,
have
but they
not confessed that they
still
love
got a
them
bunch
back.
of friends of the opposite sex.
The
All
key word,
y'all.
key word in that whole opening letter or statement or comment was that she loves it. He or she, they love the other person, but they don't love them back. But they love that the sex that they have.
They
together.
love the dump. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
They
but
love opening up the dumps on
the thing is that he or she is not
no player.
ready to go. So the bottom line would be really, hey man, just move on. Go
Yep.
with somebody what you
Thank you,
want to do.
Cordell.
Do your
Just
thing.
move on.
I ain't gonna do it. So just move on. Just do your thing. I'm not gonna be the one because I'm looking for love. That was the first thing they said. I'm looking for love. I ain't getting it. He ain't giving it to me. He's messing around with all these women are men, and we just doing the do. So guess what? I'm gonna do the do somewhere else with somebody that loves me. So I'm leaving.
Because
So would they be wrong to do?
that one
Would they
load
be
may come
wrong?
contaminated.
No,
Right.
would they be wrong to do the do
Because
until they found something else that would do?
a load may show up contaminated. And you
It's
get
gonna
that
show up
contaminated.
contaminated, possibly either way.
You get that contaminated. Well, look here. The odds, no. Exclusive, the odds of two people. Now, I ain't saying that person can't cheat. But when the person who is just freely out, just free, oh no. The odds are much greater. Yeah,
Right.
you get get that soil they was trying to take off of Treasure Island.
But if you're in a
if
but
you
if
use the
you're in a
protection, you
on
should
a
be
if
good,
you're on a
right?
single plane, if you're single, you take those type of chances because
No,
being single, if you
no, no,
chose
no.
to do some things out there with different people
Oh,
on a
that's
single
different.
mode, you are taking a chance.
But
Well,
as a single person, you can still be single and say, I want to be with somebody and get with that person and be exclusive with that person on whatever level of the commitment you guys have. So just because you're single, don't just qualify you as, oh, this is what's gonna
And
go down.
that's absolutely true, because I have been on a single plane
Thank
before,
you.
many times.
You
I've
don't
been on a
want
single plane, and I have, if it's one person that I'm connected with, even
to,
though I'm
yeah.
still considered single, I
Mhm.
will focus on just doing that type of thing with that
Yeah.
one person, because I'm not one to do that, all over the globe. So, and you're not exclusive basically, but you have made a choice to
Mhm.
just be with that one on that level and see what happens. And if that doesn't take you to where you want to go, then you go on and move on to the next situation that satisfies you in whatever you're looking for.
The
But
biggest dilemma that this person really has is that they care too much.
you think they
Yeah.
care too much?
Care too
Yeah.
much. Because if they didn't really care, they'd be gone. So really, I'm looking for love. I'm not getting it. He's cheating on me. He's dealing with all these other women or men, and come close to my circle, and I've been aware of it. So what should I do? You should bounce. You should leave, because you're not happy. Even if you are with him for happiness for what? A moment, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is. It
I
could
ain't
go.
probably an hour boy. He's an hour boy, 2 hours. Whatever
But
it is.
what if
But
they've
you know
been
what?
doing,
I
what
think
if
I
they've
think
been
we
doing
can,
this for quite a while?
but we gotta wait, hold on. On her defense though, on her defense, I mean, we gotta look. She wrote in. She wrote in, right? So she could have been comfortable and content or whatever, but she wrote in. So that shows that, hey, she's recognizing something. This ain't cool. I don't want this. Blah 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 blah. So she must. So I would say she's caring to where she's trying to find a. Hey, I need a little help, because I'm trying to exit this thing and I just want to know some opinions. You know what I mean? So because
But she loved being under it.
well, okay, but check this
Yes,
out.
I
But we
see. I
okay,
see. Me and you, we
but we
here.
got that. We
She's
got that. But
over
when she
it, but she loves being under it.
but what is she
Mhm.
asking at the end though? She
She's
says that at the
asking that,
beginning. She's
she
giving you a
said,
description
should
of
I
what
demand more, or should I leave, or just hold on until something else comes along?
three options right there, right? She
She
made
said,
she gave three she has given herself because she given herself these. She giving herself these. She's now trying to make a choice between the options that she gave herself. She gave herself, should I demand more? Well, what do that mean? What you talking about? More money, more time, more what? More exclusiveness? What okay? So let's eliminate. Should I demand more? Because that don't say nothing. But then you say, or
Or
should
should
I
I
leave?
leave, or
Or
just
should I
hold on
leave?
until
Or
something better comes
hold
along?
on. Now I'm gonna go like this, and it's gonna go with what Cordell said. Once you put in leave, anytime something comes across you where it needs to be the opposite of what's going on, you need to go. And like Cordell said, she needs to bounce. And that's the bottom line. You need
yeah.
to bounce. She said, should I what? But leave. That's the only thing that's opposite of what's going on.
The sad part is that
You demand more and they don't meet your demand. Then what? Okay,
she
you still
went back
there.
where she was, right?
You
She
know what I
didn't
mean?
make
You're
the
still
progress.
there. You
So
know,
the biggest thing that I see with this is that the first thing is she's never going to be happy. She always will have doubts. So, and she's gonna be mad at herself
Mm-hmm.
for not making the decision. She
To
wants
leave.
somebody to make a decision for her. So if that guy came to her and said, "Hey, I don't want you," flat out, "I don't want you," but in other words, she said, "Hey, baby, I want you. Come on by tonight. I got your thing that you want." Then she comes by. You know, he's happy. She ain't happy, but he's happy. Then 2 days later, he calls her again. "Hey, baby, come on by." She's happy. He's happy. Now she's still thinking, who did he see before me? Who's he going to see after me? She's getting hot at this point. So the biggest thing to keep her happiness and not to worry about him is to leave. Just
Is
leave.
to leave him,
Yeah.
Yeah.
even though she's happy being under him.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
you can't. She's asking for two things that contradict one another.
Yeah. She ain't happy.
mm,
It contradicts. You can't. Okay, I enjoy. Okay, look it. Okay. You know, I told you I don't mind being transparent about my past. I was with someone. I loved being wherever.
You
Okay,
love being under her or on top of her.
wherever. Okay,
mhm.
but check this out. But see, the thing is, when you see things ain't right, the person ain't right, you really just settling. You can't have a desire for something to be one way and it's going the other. But
Yeah.
you go ahead and accept it. You're settling. That's all you're doing.
Mhm.
You're just settling.
Yeah.
You can't. They're opposites. So
Yeah.
you can't say, "Yeah, I enjoy being okay," and I bet you do. That's why y'all been going so good. He probably enjoy being over you. You know, that's fine. But you're asking for something else, and what was there don't line up for what you asking. And like I said, so if you asking for this, and then it already came across your mind, well, you thought about leaving, and that's the opposite of everything. You know, it really goes along with what you're not getting. So if I'm not getting this, or I'm feeling all this, and it comes across, then
So she should basically,
she could talk to him about it.
she should leave instead of just holding on.
No, she could talk to him. Say, "Hey, I want to know if we,
I
what
mean, if
type
she
you
loves
feel
being
about us
under
being
him for the
into,
clap,
that."
I mean, what's wrong with her just holding on until something else better come along?
Because obviously she's got deep feelings into it. Or we keep saying she, for some reason, we don't know what the gender is. Because, and
Yeah, you're right. And that was the first one said, yeah.
it's just automatically you think that it might be a female, but on the flip side of that, I'll say that I like being used because it was like, okay, you can go home and you can go do what you do, and I'm satisfied, you satisfied, we good, and then it'd be nice to we meet up the next time, you know. But she wants, or they want more. They want more than that, and they want it to be special. They may have fantasized about marriage or something like that. I'm a Cancer, so I'm good at fantasizing and trailing on and making things more than what it should be. And I had to grow up out of that. So it's one of those things. You can't fool yourself into believing something that is not. And I was satisfied with being used. I liked it, but it had to end. They had to come to an end. I had to move on with my life. So
You have to move on at some
I had
point.
to
You
Yeah.
get
move
tired
on.
of being used, or you
Well,
get tired
you
of being the
moved on
user.
because you had to change your mind and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, and that's the thing. It seems like she has a change of mind. Like I say, it starts with her even first starting her first sentence. That's, even going to get in that position or sitting it up to even, she had already had a change of mind, you know. So and like I say, she see how it is. You already seeing leave is one of your options. It's opposite of what's going on. Cause shoot, there's always there. Well, that's one thing. You can always be happy somewhere else.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's always someone else waiting to make you happy too.
You can always love another.
That's why she
Mhm.
should leave.
She should,
Widows,
but
widows,
leaving
and
is hard.
widowers do it.
Leaving is very, very hard for some. It's
Shoot.
hard because you know people struggle with abandonment issues. People struggle with being alone. People struggle with not knowing if they're gonna find love again in the same kind of. I mean, they
But
struggle with a lot
the
of
thing
things.
is, she's not in love because she's not receiving love the way she wants to, or the way he wants to be loved. They're not getting it.
They're
So,
not getting it, but they're willing to give it.
well, this sounds like they've been given it. They just ain't been getting it back.
Right. And nothing one-sided, lopsided is gonna last. You gotta be able to both come to the table and meet. Garetha, you've been kind of quiet.
Yeah, I was like,
I mean,
where
you're
did Garrett
married
go?
and you found the love of your life, but that
Yeah,
one-sided thing is something else, ain't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
You wouldn't waste your
Garrett be
time with
quiet
no
over
one-sided love, would you?
No.
You wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world, huh?
No.
Now tell me,
See,
Gorilla,
see,
with the
see.
dating, I mean, I know you've been married for a little while and everything, and it's scary out here being single in the dating world. Do you think that, and do you think that your patience would be really short out here if you were single and you were dealing with some of the dynamics that's out here now? Would you have more of a low tolerance level than you did when you found your wife?
I don't need no more headache.
You don't need no more headaches.
No more head. None of that.
So
Exactly.
you wouldn't you just wouldn't be bothered with the rigmarole, right? You wouldn't.
Right.
So
Mhm.
you wouldn't be bothered with the younger girls. It would have to be
No.
someone of a mature stature, right?
Yeah.
Just be
Mhm.
yeah.
Yep.
Because the younger girls, I'll tell you, is off the hook out here for
I'm doing it.
a brother that's trying to get with something that has quality. I'm not discrediting my youngsters. I'm just saying they're a little off the hook out here nowadays.
Yeah.
Youngsters are for youngsters.
Yeah, for
No,
youngsters.
there was a 20-year-old trying to holler at me the other day. I was
Yeah,
like,
youngsters
nah.
are for
JJ,
youngsters.
what? JJ, what? 20.
Yeah. I was like,
Youngsters.
nah.
JJ, you 35, right?
Right. No, 36. Yeah,
36.
36.
And she
Right.
was 20.
Yeah, she came at me. I was like,
Oh.
what?
She was ready to learn some tricks off for kids, you silly rabbit.
And, right. No.
You could have got caught.
She was
You
ready to
got
learn some
caught for
tricks.
18 years. For 18
Hey.
years.
Yeah,
She 20 and want to get with a 36-year-old. That
Hey,
girl
they
ain't
not
playing.
They get them
They
with
not
them
caring. They
older.
see stability.
They get them
see-
older
they-
than that. Stop
Yeah,
playing.
they see maturity and
My
stability.
word to the
They see
wisdom,
it.
to the wise, is you men
No,
out
it's
here that
about
are deceived
survival
in
right
nature.
now.
Y'all don't
For
need to
some
mess
of
with them
them,
young girls.
It's
Leave
about
them
for
survival.
some
alone.
of them, it's about survival. Some
Yeah.
of them is like, you know what? I do have that dream, and if this is the one to help me reach that dream, trust me. I never forget. It was this couple, this old guy. This guy, he already had grown kids and everything. He done married a woman down there, same age as his older kid, right? But boy, they had some kids, and he had kids with him, right? And man, this
Wow.
man, he was over 70. He was way over 70. And but boy, she be walking, she walk fast, and she be having them kids be going. But here he come trailing along. he,
I can't
he won't be
believe
not
I
too
can't
far
believe
behind
he
him.
made
But
no
you know
babies
what?
at no
He
70 something.
hey, I'm gonna tell you something. This man, but he lived a lot, he lived a long life. You know, we live, but we have to understand men always had a eye for younger women because if when you always go back in time, the girls were offered at 14 years old, to be married off or whatever, and
Mhm.
become wives. So it was that eye is always been there before time, so it's just like, but yeah, but when it comes to the mentality, I don't know. She would have to be, I couldn't, I don't know.
Yeah, that's off the chain right there. That's something to
I
No.
don't
think
care.
about.
I don't care if you run Fortune 500 company. Nope.
Yeah,
I don't care.
that's just too
Nope.
young.
Just
Nope.
couldn't do it.
You don't need to. Y'all need to hold on to your hair as long as you can.
Yeah.
I'm seeing too many brothers bald right now. Y'all need to hold on to your
Oh,
hair.
wait, we holding
Mine
on
is
to this.
receding a little bit
This
too.
is
I gotta
big.
get
Everybody
it up.
rubbing their
Yeah, it's
head
receding
right
a little
now. Like,
bit.
wait a
Mine
minute.
got,
Hey,
shoot,
hey, hey,
mine,
Donna,
Hey, these
it's
sisters will
hereditary.
allow you to
oh,
lose your
mine,
hair.
mine, shoot, I got my hair.
I ain't worried about it. I shaved all my hair off before, so I
JJ, the
ain't
only
worried
one
about it.
still got his hair.
No, shoot, all that. You don't hear all that? Scratch, scratch, scratch,
It's
scratch.
hereditary.
Yep,
That's
it's
Y'all
all my
hereditary.
funny.
It's
hair.
gonna
Y'all
happen.
funny. Well, we gonna move on to our
Oh, you
last
know
question
what?
tonight.
We supposed to do a no shave November this year. I'm trying to see. And if
I'm
so,
scared of that. I
y'all
won't
gonna
do
see.
no. I will
I'm gonna
not
have
do no shows in the month of November because I don't want to see. I don't want to see it.
how
I
they
don't
do
want
it,
to see
JJ?
it.
How they
No,
do
Keep it
it,
away from
JJ?
me. Anyway,
I don't know nothing about that.
when should brothers or sisters get involved with your relationship problems or issues? You got a sister or brother that's having some issues with their man. When should you
Issues.
actually get involved in that? Is it when that sister or brother come to you and say, look, I need you to intervene? Or is it because you have witnessed from the outside looking in that is some drama and now you need to step to him or step to her? When is it your place to get involved or should you not?
Well,
I'll say this as I'm the oldest of three. I got two sisters, and I'll say this I stay out of it, whatever it is, because I had a friend tell me they went to prison over beating somebody up. One of their sisters' dudes. They came out of prison and they right back together, sitting cuddling up on the couch.
yeah.
So I say
They
stay out
back
of it.
together. They back together.
So, and right after when they found that out, instead of going off, they went on ahead and went to the army, and then their life changed after that. So I'll say stay out of it. Don't put yourself in
Would you
it.
say
Like,
stay out of it, JJ, until it got to a say like if it got to a point where you know they were all done and perhaps it was going to cause some really devastating, it could cause somebody to lose their life or whatever.
call
Then it would be
911.
time for you to get involved, right?
You call
When
911
you
from your
say they're
house.
all done, what do you mean they're all done? And
When they're
then
done
some?
with the relationship.
So
Say like,
they're apart. They're apart. That's what you're saying?
no, when they done with each other, period. They're apart. They not, that they not going back together. It's
Okay,
done.
so
Perhaps somebody is getting a divorce. Perhaps you just know that they're done instead of them, we having a spat. We gonna get back together next month. We gonna get back together next month. You done stepped in the middle. Now they back together with them and da 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 da. So when is it your place to really get involved?
I know for me, for all the siblings I got, you mentioned invitation. If both parties invite you and say, "Hey, we want to talk to you about something," that's one thing. Now, that's when it has to be an invitation or something like that. But without invitation, I believe it's first time it get physical. You talk to your siblings, see what's going on or whatever. And if that because like we say, that sibling may continue to stay with that person. But I'll intervene that first time because I don't know where my sibling head is at the moment. That person might. But I'll come pick you up. I'll come do all that. But once you go back and you continue into that foolishness, I can pray for
So
you.
you draw the line after they go back.
Yeah, because I don't know. When you say you want to leave, hey, you might really mean you want to leave. He put hands on me. I want to leave. You know what I'm saying? So I go pick you up, and I take you away. But if you go back, that's different. That's different. Now, see, I didn't know where your head was at first. So when you told me you want to leave, my thoughts were you wanted to leave. But when you went back, remember I talked about the opposites, right? That's
Right.
the opposite of my thought saying you want to
Right.
leave and now you going back. That's the opposite of my thought. So therefore, I'm not involved because it's the opposite. You brought me over here. So you brought me that you want to leave. And
Right.
that's where I'm at. And you didn't went to back. Oh no. You left me over here, right?
Right.
Okay, so I'm not involved on what's going on over there. And that's just how it goes down. Unfortunately, I hope you don't keep putting knots on. I'll call the police from you over here. I'll call the law. You want me to call the law?
Yeah.
I'll call the law for
I
you.
called a
But you just
popo.
won't be.
Matter of fact, I'll keep them posted. Your address
You just won't be
right
in the
by the
middle of
thing.
running over there being Captain Sable.
No, because it goes back to what everybody said. People get
Yeah.
killed, people
Yeah.
change, people do all kind of
Yeah.
stuff, all this
Right.
other stuff go on. You know, you always have to come step in for your family, but you have to have some discernment for the fully because some of us got some fools in our family
Mm-hmm.
Right.
who do some foolish stuff. And you when you have discernment about that stuff, you need to go back on off. You can talk to them, say, hey, you okay? Hey, I got that number for you if you ever want that number. I'll do a little footwork for you, get you some reference. I have them right here. Oh, yeah, here's your thing. I got you some numbers. You can call these people, you know. But I ain't coming
As
over there.
resources and stuff like that. Okay, I get
But
that.
I ain't coming over
Gareth,
there after
you
that.
sorry, John. Gareth, would you get involved?
No.
No,
Yep.
you would just they have to deal with it unless it was some life-threatening situation, right?
No. Molly.
You'll call the police.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that's
I feel
violence.
you.
If it's violent like that.
Yeah.
But we're talking about when you say they got issues, that's pretty broad. They could be having an argument over finances or something, or
Problems or
whatever.
issues. They
Huh?
could be saying, I'm tired of this
No, an
Negro.
issue is a
They out
problem.
here, they cheating on me. They
Okay,
cheating on me. I'm done.
but that
I
whole
don't
thing
want to,
is
I'm
so
scared
broad.
to stay here. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay, and
And they
I'm gonna
need
come
you to
pick you up that
intervene.
first time, and I'm gonna
Here's
come
here's the
pick you up
here's
that
the
first
thing.
time, because
Here's
that's
the
my
thing.
family. I'm gonna
Right.
come pick you up the
Right.
first
You
time,
want to
like I
support
said.
them. You want to support them. Here's the thing, really, is that everybody has choices. Everybody has choices. You could support your family or not support your family. But really get involved if it's not something really physical. If you get involved and you get too involved, then you're doing things on emotion. You're not thinking. So
We gotta be careful with that. That's an individual. Because I'm gonna say this: I have a lot of siblings, girls who I've had to talk with them and their other ones, and they were good talks. You know what I mean? And everybody good. So it's about the person. Some people ain't the one you need to be talking to. And the problem is sometimes we pick people and we start talking to them, and then we wonder why all this go on like some of them other letters. Why she sleeping with my man? Ain't supposed to be my best friend. You know what I mean? So I mean, that's that stuff. But you know, I'm like this. It's no way my family is not going to be considered like I would deal with a stranger, like my neighbor. I hear some people, but y'all slamming up against the wall, and sound like some screaming. I'll call the law, you know. But I ain't coming over there knocking on the door saying, hey man, what you doing? Take your hands off her. The devil's a lie, but I'll call the law for you. you know, and I'll call the law and say,
Mhm.
hey, you better go over here. Sound like somebody gonna die.
Mhm.
Shoot, and leave it at that, you know.
And
But
that's
but
pretty
when it
much
comes to
where
my family, like
I
I
mean
said,
Cordell, same
That's
thing,
real.
right?
yeah,
That's
but
real.
my
Yeah, I would
family,
say, you know, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
stepping
Try, I
my
mean,
family. My first time, you say, hey, they cheating on me, like you said, I'm done, I'm out of here. I have to come get you because that's what you said. You
Right.
want to
Right.
leave. But
Right.
like I say, but once
Can't
you
go
go
back.
back,
Yeah. Just on you.
I can't help you. I can see hey, what you say. You ready to leave? Here, I'm a cash app you some money for the Greyhound and or whatever. You got gas, you got to do whatever, but I'm not coming to that house. Say
yeah.
that now. I'm not
I
even
think the
pulling up
first
in front.
time, and then after that, yeah, you definitely
Yo,
just need
cause
to.
you just pull up in front and stay in your car. Who say you can't get shot through the roof of the car? You got a
Mm-hmm.
convertible. No, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just but I'm just
No,
saying,
no, no,
you
no.
know,
I
you
get
gotta
what you're
think
saying.
about these
Oh
things,
God.
you know. You can't be stupid now. You
Yeah,
know,
absolutely.
don't be
So
stupid.
it's boundaries, and it's, we have to be mindful of that. When it's a situation where it warranted you
Mhm.
to get involved with
Call the law.
calling someone, calling the authorities, or
Call the law.
going to be a rescue mission for that person, and you take them out of the situation, and then 2 weeks later they go back into it. Well, they're on their own. They may
Mm.
call you when something go down, you call the authorities, and that's it. But you can't keep getting in the middle of something every time, and they're gonna go back.
Hmm.
Or you go and beat down, John Boy to a pope, and they go back.
Yep. And
You
you
know
in
what I'm
prison for
saying?
being
And they
up to
bringing
a
him
fault.
to the
Yeah.
Thanksgiving dinner all bandaged up, and you like, didn't I just beat this?
Well, you shouldn't go in putting hands on nobody.
I'm
That's the
just
main thing.
saying.
Yeah. But even still, just the fact of I just went and got this girl from over there or this boy and they done
And
went
he
back.
had the Thanksgiving
Just
dinner,
that right there. Just that
Hey,
alone. It
and they
don't
blows
be
me.
kissing
right.
and hugging, and you like, you know what? I could have lost my life. I could have lost.
Right.
I could have been in jail. I could. So you have to just use discernment when it comes to that, and realize that love is a mother butter. People go through what they go through. They're going to have their
Mhm.
ups and downs, but at the end of the day, a lot of times they end up working it out. They end up staying together, and what you did or what you went through or what you sacrificed means nothing. Means
Don't
nothing.
say that.
I
Not
mean, it's
well,
true.
if they worked it out, what you did probably helped. You don't if you go back to the foolishness, when the person who came and helped you, that meant nothing when you
Yeah.
go back to
That was
foolishness.
just
But
Yeah,
that
I
was just
said if
if
you
things
go
then
back.
got better, if y'all didn't talk, you left and things got better, y'all got together, y'all doing good, all that foolishness is over. That's a successful thing. That's a
That's
good thing.
successful.
Okay,
But if he
I'll
but if
for
he's
that.
still putting
Okay.
hands on you, if the foolishness is still taking place, then it was all a waste of time.
What you
Yep.
say, JJ?
No, I was saying I'm with what he was saying. That's what I was agreeing.
Yeah. You
Shoot,
agree,
yeah,
Cordell?
yeah. Because it's
You
crazy.
agree, Gareth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
crazy.
So we have to, we have to learn our boundaries. We have to know that if whatever we did in the first part, the first step helped, and it balanced it, and they worked it out and this and that, that's one thing. But if they went back to the situation and get thumped upside the head again after they took the person to Thanksgiving dinner,
Upside the head.
that's
Say, oops,
look,
upside the
they come with a big old knot, and they say,
head.
don't worry about it, uncle. It's all good. I deserved
Upside
it.
the head.
You know what I'm saying? You be like, you know what, my bad. Okay, whatever. I mean, but at the end of the day, we have to learn our boundaries. We have to learn when to get involved and when to just back from it, because love is a mother.
Yeah.
Is it?
It's
Is
a
it?
mother.
How? How is
I don't
that? How is love a mother? Love is beautiful. Love is a
Love is a
good
mother
thing.
at times.
Love is a good thing. No,
It can
no,
be a
it ain't
mother,
that.
John.
Love ain't got nothing to do with
Don't
that.
y'all think it can be a mother?
That's the no. That's because you in love with somebody. Yeah, okay, you in love with them, but they got all this foolishness going on, and you know the foolishness is going on. See, you recognize the foolishness. No, with a mother is your mind that said, "Well, okay, I'll stay."
Well,
That's a
it's
mother.
your mind not recognizing the red flags that was waved before
No,
you,
you
and you
sometimes.
disregarded the red flags that was
Sometimes they be
waving
flagging,
Be a
vigorously,
whole
they
red
be
shirt.
flagging, they be flagging
and
them
you be like, "Oh, red flags! I didn't see them.
girl. They
Did
be
you
having a
see them,
whole
JJ?
flag. They had a whole flag
Did
girls
you
out
see him,
there.
Cordell? Did you see him, Garrett? Did you see the red flags?
I'm wearing a red
Hey,
shirt.
I'll put
I
it this
know.
way. I'll put it this way. I wish I'd have saw him a long time ago.
That's right. I think we be colorblind when we young. We be colorblind. And then
Huh?
as we get older, we start seeing the colors more
We be
vividly.
colorblind.
No,
Don't tell me when
sometimes
you were younger, you recognized all the red flags, John. You
Man,
cannot say
I
that
had
because
a
you
girl.
would
Yeah,
not
I
have
had a
gotten into the
girlfriend who was
situation.
nothing. Man, this girl she lived down in San Mateo and transferred up to San Francisco up to Gal. And boy, me and this girl started dating a little bit. And all of a sudden I noticed, oh no, this girl ain't right. And sure enough, she was dating this other guy from the other side, from Lakeview, right? And so
Well, if you wasn't exclusive with her,
me and old
John,
boy
she
kind
had
of
every right to
knew.
date who she wanted to.
We knew. Oh, see, here we go.
If you wasn't
Here
exclusive
we
yet,
go. Judge,
okay, this is
Judge,
another thing I want to talk
I
about before I
request
end
to
the
move.
show. We have to understand
Your Honor, I request to move.
exclusivity, or however you say the word, if that's a word, exclusivity, or whatever it's called. If you are not exclusive with a person and you're just dating,
I
because
should have said a
dating don't
guy.
mean you're
I
in a
should have said a guy.
relationship.
Yeah.
So if they are seeing other people
Hey,
still
I
until
gotta
you
write
become
that down. I gotta
exclusive,
write that.
how can you get mad? How can you get mad at the fact that they have other friends and you guys are not exclusive?
Oh,
You can't get mad. Now, when you decide to make it exclusive and you both are on the same page of understanding, then that's different. Then you find out that John Boy is still in the picture, and that's different.
Why
But
can't
when
be
you're
named Anthony
dating,
or
that's what
something?
you're doing. You're just dating to see if this is going to be a cohesive fit for you.
Okay, so should you still? So if I'm okay, so let's say I'm dating, and I want to see is this going to be the one that I want to spend the rest of my life with?
Right.
But she can still go sleep with whoever she want to sleep with, and I can still go sleep with whoever I
If you're
want to
not
sleep.
exclusive,
No, I think if I'm trying to see somebody that I'm thinking
but you're
about doing
not
some long,
exclusive.
slow it, slow. If I'm trying to see somebody
Help me out,
who
my
for
brother.
a
I got
long
3 minutes.
term, for some
You're
long
not
term,
exclusive,
and I'm
John.
trying to figure out some long term, we gonna
That's
talk
what you're
about some
trying to figure
exclusive.
out.
We
And
gonna
she's
talk about
into
some
you
ex.
too,
Oh,
but
no, 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 no,
you're
no.
not
Huh?
exclusive.
Wait, what are you talking about? Like I just met her or something? Because I didn't even know where we
Okay,
at.
help me out. Okay, that's what I'm
Where we
trying to
at on the
say.
calendar
No,
with
no,
this?
listen to the hostess with the mostest. This is what I'm trying to
Okay.
say.
Yeah.
The hostess with the mostest is saying this, and I'm
Okay.
no disrespect,
Look
but
here.
I'm saying if you are dating does not mean you're in a relationship. It means that you're going on dates to see if this person is a good fit for you. You're
Okay.
not exclusive. So of course this person was dating when they
Okay.
met you. They were dating, probably still dating while they're seeing you. We don't know. But then you narrow it down. Once you start getting into a person, you'll narrow it down to that one person and you guys both decide that you want to do whatever. Now, some people find it more, manageable to just date one person at a time. Even though they're not exclusive, my energy and focus is going to be on that one person. Some may have 2 or 3 and they trying to weigh it out. Well, I like this in her, I like that in her, but I like this in her. Okay. And then they narrow it down. But if you're not exclusive, you can't get mad at a person if they're still dating other people.
Okay.
You will hope that they're not, but you can't get mad at that. Not until you guys decide to make it a relationship status. Now, what do you guys think about that?
No, when you was like, I like this in her and I like this in her, I was just thinking nasty. My mind just went to the gutter. I'm sorry.
You know what, JJ? We ain't talking about the clap. Stop. You know what? Get your mind out of the gutter.
My brain just went there. I'm sorry.
Get out the gutter. She do
He
this.
can't help
She
it.
do
He
that.
managed.
She do this. She do
He
that.
can't help it. He
Wow.
managed.
Which one do I really want?
Told you he was a managed boy when he was little.
You need to stop it. We talking about connection. We talking about, I mean, that the clap could be in there too, but we're just talking about when you're on the dating page.
I mean, they got shows.
What
for
does that
like,
really mean? And when can people start getting mad at the other because they are dating more than one? They're not exclusive.
But
Well, you know what's so funny? It was like maybe a month ago, when I turned the channel, I was watching 15 minutes of that bachelorette thing. So you have 20 guys dating, right? I'm saying to myself, I don't know if I want to do that. How can I date this one girl and she's hugging up and kissing this guy, hugging up and kissing that guy, hugging up and kissing this guy.
And then she's slobbing all on you, Cordell.
Can I deal with that? Really?
Yeah.
I don't think a man really wants to know what she's slobbing on. I mean,
I do.
Don't want to know what you're slobbing on. I don't want to know that you was with Jennifer last night.
Yeah, I do.
I mean, if I'm dating you,
yes, I do want to know what you
but John, but you're not exclusive yet. You're not exclusive yet.
So would you accept this, Rose?
No, this is my thing.
You would hope that she's not, but you're not exclusive yet. So you really can't sit up and try to pick apart what she's doing or not doing. You guys are not an item yet. You're trying to get to that point. That's what the dating phase is all about. But you're not there yet.
Dating? How do we describe dating? Because I thought, this how I thought dating is.
That's what it used to be. It ain't like that no more, John.
No, yes it is.
It ain't, John.
No, that's how I date.
No, it ain't, John.
Dude.
Yeah, everybody got their own definition of what dating is. This
is what I always thought dating was. You date a person.
Was being exclusive, but people
you date that one person. Exactly. You're dating. How you gonna get to know the person? Remember, I talked about, like, say you be with this person, you get, like, you connect with that soul, then you get with another one, you connect with that soul, you get with another, and all of a sudden you trying to gel all this and everything. My thing is, I thought, you court the person, you say little thing, you do little thing, you talk, and then you talk about dating, and then when you're dating, and you get to know the person, and you get to, y'all spend some time, and then you say, you know what, yeah, but I don't know, this may not work. You find out that you two wasn't meant to be together. That's fine. Or you say, you know what, this is going on. Y'all start talking, and then because then you start talking about your future together. But I'm a dating this one, slobbing all and dating this one and
I'm not saying that, John.
Then what is dating?
I'm just saying dating is not being exclusive.
Okay, then what is
everybody
dating,
that you go out on a date with, you're not exclusive with.
Okay, so wait. Okay, let's say this. Okay, see, so then dating, there's no physical. That's what we're saying.
don't have
Or
to
we,
be.
because we just going to, let's just go get something to eat. Let's just
You're
go over
just
here.
dating them.
Let's go
You're
to the
getting to know
concert.
if this person is really a fit
Okay.
for you.
So
Okay.
really, John, you know what it sounds like? It
Yeah.
sounds like
That's all it is.
No,
You're trying to see if
it
this is
sounds like
really somebody I want to
saying,
get to know.
you're saying, hey, dating is really an act of two people getting together to see if they're a match. Donna's saying dating is really an interview process to see if we will be a match. So really, it's like, hey, it's gonna be nothing physical. We
I
just
can't do.
so
If you're asking okay, if you're at, because usually the men ask the lady out on a date.
I really don't know what this dating means.
If
Now,
you're
if I just
asking a
took you
lady
out for
out
a
on a
date,
date, John,
I ain't dating you. I just asked you out on a date.
Okay, right. If you're asking her out on a date, you're asking her out on a date so you guys can do a one-on-one, more interpersonal type of whatever it may be, dinner, drinks, whatever that is. You're getting to know one another. There's no exclusivity. There's no relationship status. It's just, I'm trying to get to know you. You do a few of those, and then you realize that, hey, this is somebody that I really would like to get to know a little further. So you may talk in terms of what direction this person is trying to go or whatever. You're still not exclusive. You're not exclusive until you both decide that you're going to be on that plane. So you have no right to be worried about, you're hoping that they're not out slobbing on other people. You're hoping that their interest is into you, which it could be, but they could have somebody they're slobbing on in the interim. People have people that they've known
think I shouldn't ask that
before they met you.
But you don't think I shouldn't ask, like, are you seeing somebody or whatever? Because check this out.
Seeing somebody, I've heard people ask.
So when is this? Okay? Are you dating somebody else? Are you dating somebody else?
Hold your horn.
I'm just trying to figure out this.
I see him raging. Hold your horn. People will ask, are you seeing somebody? And a man, me being a woman, a man will look at it as.
Oh, now she's saying the man's answer.
She said she's seeing somebody, so that means she's sleeping with another dude. That's not necessarily the case.
That's why now we're going to play on words in the comments that we use.
If you're seeing somebody else, that just means that you're dating other people and you're trying to figure out which way you want to go with who you're dating.
That don't say all that. That don't say all that. I don't get all that out of that. I didn't get none of them words out of that.
Other people, when you meet somebody, of course you was dating other people when you met them because you're dating them. You're going out on a date or having dinner with other people because you're having dinner with them. You're single. Your status is single.
Okay.
So people need to respect that until you get to a level.
Do I have the right to say, are you messing around with somebody or sleeping with somebody?
What is messing around? What is messing around? Are you
playing on words, Donna? Stop playing.
Are they sleeping together?
Are you? I just said, are you? Okay, are you sleeping with somebody?
I said that next. At first.
Okay, but see, you keep going to have
dating. That's not your business at first.
When is that first over? When is that first over? I thought that first is when I first take you out.
Until you get to a point that you both seem to be interested in going in the same direction and you want to take this to a level of a relationship, possibly so, you may ask, well, are you sleeping with somebody else? Are you,
I ain't going to say that. I ain't going to say I'm sleeping with somebody else.
But at first in the dating realm, no. That's not your business.
Yes, it is my business. Because I want to know the person. If they got off last night with
Tom and they ain't slept with you yet, that's not your business yet.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, I go to dating. See, this is where we got, what is dating? Because if I'm supposed to be with this person, if you're seeing this person, seeing that person, that's cameo. They called it the single life. That's what that is. That's not dating. I'm thinking dating is, hey, we're dating. We're dating.
Dating
we're
is not
seeing
that
each
anymore,
other.
John. It's not that
yes,
anymore.
It is. Yes, it is.
Not that anymore.
Yes, it is.
I
Yes,
had
it
to be
is.
corrected on that. That's not what dating is.
No, folks just doing something else and they
JJ,
trying to cover it up by saying
before
it's
I make this
dating.
man disappear off the screen, JJ.
What's
I've been
up?
kicked out of all kind of
You're the
places.
younger generation amongst us. What is considered dating?
Well, I'm looking at it from my perspective because I'm in an open relationship. I consider dating just getting to know people. If you have sex on the first night, that's just what it is. I mean, honesty with your sexual partners and everything like that, that's a bonus because that shows that you got integrity and all of that. But if you just trying to be on the under with yours and not say that who you sleeping with and all of that, and just willy-nilly just going around, screwing everybody, then and unprotected and all that, there's consequences that come with that as well. So I think it's just best to just be honest about what you want first and foremost and take it from there. All parties got to be honest, and a lot of times people ain't honest with what they want.
Yeah,
And that's where you get all the issues coming from, all this dishonesty. And people telling half truths, which is also lying. Like, tell the truth. Why we lying in 2022?
Just keep it one. I think that it should be 100. Yes, I think it should be 100. Cordell, what do you think dating is nowadays?
How did God give up?
No.
You're part of this panel. You can't give up. What is dating, Cordell?
So really, from my point of view, what is dating? It should be two people trying to get to know each other, period.
Right.
Okay. Now, if something else kick off on that date, that's up to those two people.
Now, what about what's happening in their lives outside of you? At this point that you're not exclusive.
My thing is, why should I be trying to go on a date?
Mr. John Timothy Mims, it ain't your turn, baby.
I wouldn't try. I'm thinking about talking to myself.
I know you are. I know. I know. Let Cordell.
No, I'm just saying, anything outside of that right now, if they want to share, that's fine. But I'm not going to disclose anything on my side because then it's none of their business.
So you might have been, okay, let's say you might have been seeing Tanisha, but you met Jennifer. Tanisha is your go-to. She's been your go-to for a while. You met Jennifer. You like Jennifer. You take Jennifer out on a date. You see that, there's some commonalities. You really like her. But you're not exclusive. You're going to go on a few more dates or whatever. Okay, you don't have to explain to Jennifer what you're doing with Tanisha at this point. You just go on and pursue Jennifer and you see where it goes. When you and Jennifer get to a more serious level where you both decide that maybe, okay, I like you, you like me, we're going to take this to another level, boom, then probably you will let the other one know you're seeing somebody more serious now, and you go on. Now, at that point, if Jennifer ends up asking you, why are you seeing somebody else? Then you would say, well, yeah, as I was dating, I was seeing Tanisha or whatever, but now that I met you, I like you, and blah, 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 blah. And you may disclose more then as things start to progress. But in the beginning, I don't think that it's not that you have to come out and say what you're doing and who you're doing and why you're doing, because you're not at that place yet to discuss that, to disclose that. Now, when you start talking about sleeping with each other, or you start getting to a point where you're sleeping to, a person needs to know, am I the only one you're sleeping with? Because I need to know to protect me. And, you expose me to some situations. Are you sleeping with somebody else? But at the same time, then that's my chance to discern if I want to still deal with this, or if I just need to protect myself until we become exclusive, if we do go there. But I can't expect you in the beginning of taking me out on one date to disclose all your doggone track record to me. We're not at that point. We're not at that point. We may not go to date 2. We may not even go to date 3. So, it's just a matter of discernment. But I feel that when you get to a point where you're ready to be physical with a person, or you're going to be physical, yes, you owe them to let them know if it's somebody else in the equation. So they'll know what I'm saying, and protection needs to be used, or whatever the situation is. And that person decides if they want to still hold on. Now, when you become exclusive, or you decide that you both want to be on that page, no, it shouldn't be nobody else. It's me and you, because we've gotten to that point to determine that. But the dating stage is about determining your likes, your dislikes, your wants, and your desires. What do I like in this person? How do I like it? How do I want it? How do I give it? What's my connection? Am I connected to? No, I don't like that person like that, because that's your time to really get to know. So you don't have to throw down your blueprint at that point. You're just dating. You're just dating. And I know John don't agree with that, but...
Well, because I didn't say at the beginning. What I'm saying is, I think the whole thing is how we all identify what is dating. That's where it all starts right there, because we're, some saying date this person, you go out with this person, you go out with this person, you go out with this person. I always knew dating was, I'm dating this person, to get to know them, but I'm dating towards, like, you date, date to marry, or you date to, I'm with this person to date, to have this relationship, hope to have a long-term relationship, not to sit up here, I'm do with this one, and then I'm gonna go with this one.
That's how it used to be. That's how it
No,
used to be.
it's not. No, this what it is how you make it. See, so if we're gonna put the word dating, and we're gonna use all these different descriptions of what dating looks like, then it's what you make it, because it can't be what it used to be if that's what I'm gonna do. So it can't be what it used to
Well,
be.
no,
It's how you make it. It's how you make it.
You can't put exclusivity on to dating someone. You date somebody once or
Why
twice.
you
You
can't?
can't expect them to be
No, that's
exclusive
just
with
going on a
you.
date. That's just going on a date. We just went on a date and we
Right.
talked.
Right.
Dating is, because they used to say, "Oh, you're dating now. Who you dating now? Oh, I'm dating Joanne now. Oh, me and Joanne been dating for like 3 months now. Oh, look, yeah, it look like we gonna go. It ain't her no dating over this and dating all that. It wasn't all like it to be like, well, let me figure it out and dwindle it down. No, it was. That's not what I
Dating
knew
is
about.
not the
That was
same anymore, John. They don't see it like that anymore. When a person say they're dating, they're just dating different people.
you can't take something and take the you can. I can't call a motorcycle a car. Cause now all of a sudden I just sit up here and got the beat on it and everything else, and I decided to drive all these other people. It's a motorcycle.
No,
Come on.
you doing something different.
No, I'm just telling you can't be,
To
and
go
that's what people are doing.
is a
They're doing
relationship,
something different.
John.
Yeah,
A
but dating,
relationship is a relationship. Dating is
what is
dating.
dating? What is dating? It's a relationship.
Dating is getting to know.
What is
You know,
friendship?
hey,
You're building. If you start dating to build a relationship, the relationship has to have a start.
Dating,
It has to have a
getting to know
start
a
before you
friendship is
can
a
build.
friendship. That's not
Yeah,
dating.
no, but
I
I
can
didn't.
be friends with a coworker and never go on a date with them at all.
But that's a relationship still.
That's just a friendship.
But friendships are relationships.
Dating is going out on a date with somebody
Oh,
to
well.
get to know
You know
them.
what I find funny here? I feel like it's easier to talk about problems with the Black community than to talk about dating and all this stuff. I feel like it's much
You're a
easier.
liar. Yeah, because we got this is so
JJ, you
messed
are
up.
true, because
I was
I'm
just
right.
telling you, you look, we have to talk about these things though, but they are difficult. They're very difficult because people have different insights, and that's
Okay,
why
tell
it's
me.
so
So what do
different
you?
now.
So how do you date?
Huh? You know, I look at it like this. There was a time, I'm in the show with this. There was a time when I'm old school. So I would look at dating as, when I say I'm dating somebody, I'm dating that person. That's who I'm seeing. That's my thing. I'm focused on them. I'm dating them. I'm in a relationship with them pretty much. But then I had to get a couple of hard knocks of understanding that in this day and age, things has changed. That just because you're dating somebody don't mean you're in a relationship with them. And I started looking at it differently because it really does not mean that, because some people, especially being single, you go on multiple dates because you're getting to know people. You may be on date sites. You go on different dates. You meet this person this week, you meet the next person next week, you go to dinner, you go to Starbucks, you go to Chevy's, you go to the movies, you're dating this different people.
You said you
Then
go on
you get
dates.
to a point, you go on dates.
That's
Then
it.
you
You
get
going
to a
on dates.
point where you start liking somebody a little more than, okay, I start liking this one a little more than that one, so I wean that one down. I like this one a little more than that one, wean this down. You may only have 2 or 3 that you jiggle, and it gets to a point where you now focus on that one particular person. You're dating them, but you're still not exclusive. To be exclusive takes a man and a woman discussing that we are both on the same plane, we're going in the same direction, and we've decided that we want to be in a relationship with one another. There's no if, ands, or buts. There's no later coming up with, well, I never said I was in a relationship with you. I never said I was. You become one by discerning at that point that we're in a relationship. That's when it becomes exclusive. But until then, I don't have a right to question you. You don't have a right to question me. You would hope that a person is into you enough where it's all about you. But until you get to that level, they fair game to, they may meet somebody tomorrow that they feel is just turning their wheels a lot more than you are. I mean, that's just the chance you take when you're still in the dating realm.
If you
Being
like this, you
single.
should have put a ring on it, huh?
That's why people put a ring on it. That's why they end up trying to establish a
That's why
relationship status
some
quickly.
people don't find
No,
what
you
they
don't want them to
want.
be too quick about it, because I need to know what I'm in a. I ain't jumping in no relationship until I know that you relationship status and you the right one for me. So we ain't calling it no relationship until I feel that God has brought you to me and I feel that you're the one for me to go. Because once I go on the relationship status, then we go on full speed ahead.
So
It
two
ain't no,
people
it
can
ain't no
be
if, ands,
exclusive
doodle.
in
It
dating.
ain't no playing with it.
Two people can be exclusive in the dating process. So two people can't say, you know what, during this time of us dating one another, we're gonna be just
Unless you guys
you
come
and
to
me.
that, unless you come
That's what
to
I
that
okay. But
understanding.
okay. Oh, well, of course you come to an understanding. We grown. We not gonna say, "Oh, you're my girlfriend now because I gave you a flower." No, we saying this. The thing is, we say, okay, we. What I'm saying is, can folks date exclusively one another?
I mean, folks can do whatever they want, but what I'm saying is,
Because I'm not saying it's a
making things
relationship. If that's
exclusive
not a
means that you're
because when I'm
ready at that point to make it exclusive and knowing that this person is the right fit for
not
you.
really,
And while you're
maybe.
dating somebody, getting to know them, you don't know yet.
But dating, what I'm
You
saying is,
don't know yet,
you
because
can
I'm
date
dating you and going on
exclusive.
a few
Hold
dates.
on,
I don't know if you
hold
are the
on.
one for me
I'm not
yet.
saying a few dates. I'm saying this is what we do. When I say dating is we spend time. We go to events together. We're together. We're not saying we're in a relationship, but we're doing things together exclusively because I can't get to know you and I'm up here trying to be all in all this other ones.
Right. That's
If
true.
I'm trying to really, so I'm saying two people can date exclusively, and not saying this is a relationship, but we saying, look,
Well,
let's
what's the
focus
difference,
on
John?
when
They both the same.
okay,
Exclusively
no,
is
because
a
you want
relationship, John.
Okay, but wait, hold on. You just separated relationship and everything.
Exclusively
You
is a
separated
relationship,
friendship from
John.
being a
You
relationship and
can't be
everything.
exclusive and not be in a relationship.
Okay, let's say this. We not to the point to where we're discussing about marriage, but we're going out. We're
Right.
we're dating, and we can date exclusively, to where we're not seeing no one else, where we can.
No, that's exclusive, John.
Oh
That's
my! So you
exclusive.
can't date exclusively?
That
So
dating
you
and
mean
exclusive is not the same.
I didn't know? I said no. Dating exclusive
Somebody help
means
me out. Somebody
I'm
help me
gonna help
out.
you. Dating
Somebody
exclusive
help me
means
out.
Here we are.
Cordell.
I'm on my
Cordell,
own with that
explain it.
one. I
Cordell,
mean, you
explain
guys
it.
are
Cordell,
men, and maybe
Cordell,
men look
explain
at
it.
it differently. Even JJ.
Exclusively.
Donna, the thing is that you two are talking the same thing. The wording might be different, but
Well, help us out. Help us out.
you're
You
saying the
put your
same.
glasses on, so I know you're trying to
Yeah.
dissect some things. So let's dissect it.
Okay, want me to take them off? So no,
No,
Take it
leave them alone. Leave them alone.
you guys are saying the same thing. Really, you are.
No, we're not. No.
No,
Let him speak, John.
kind of are. Because John, what you're saying is that you're having a dating exclusive relationship with one woman, right?
No, hold on. No, you're using too many words now. This because I don't want to create confusion. You
Wait a minute.
said exclusive dating relationship with one woman. No,
Okay,
that's too much.
let me go back to the blackboard. Our
Yes.
relationship.
Yes.
Once again, you're dating one woman, right?
Yes.
One woman.
Yes.
Donna, your word you're using is exclusive, right?
No, I'm using exclusive.
No. You're dating one woman, John. I'm with you. You're
Yes,
dating
that's
one woman.
exclusive.
Donna's dating an exclusive person, right?
No, she's
No.
saying dating is multiple. You can date this one, that one, and the other one.
But when she's saying exclusive, she's saying one, right?
No, that's later in a relationship.
No, John, listen. You
Y'all,
jumping all over the place.
no, I'm
I
not.
hear what Cordell is saying. I'm saying exclusive is when you're dating one person.
One person.
Oh, wait,
You
hold
and
on.
that
You
person
said
have
you can't.
established
Wait a minute. I asked you. I just said, can two people date exclusively? And you said no. Now you're saying
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Garrett, JJ, come
I
on
didn't
now.
say that.
Yes,
I
you
didn't say
did.
that.
I'm more willing to
said
play
as
back the
far
audio
as
after the
dating.
No, I said I said I
said
have
as
one
far as
question. I said have
dating.
one question.
I
And
can't
I
wait to watch
said
this back.
dating. I
Can't.
said dating. Can two people, this was my question, can two people date exclusively? And you said no,
I
that's
say
a relationship.
dating is not exclusive.
Why
Dating
two?
someone is not being exclusive. It's
So
not.
now we're not saying the same thing. I
No.
didn't say that. I'm not
No.
saying dating somebody is being, see, be careful. The word exclusive, all we're saying is just one and one. We're just saying us, nobody else. So I'm saying we can date exclusively where we don't date other people when we were saying, no, the dating nowadays
you
is you
can't
got to date
you can't date exclusively. No.
Why you can't?
I mean, two people can that decide to do that, but what I'm saying
Okay,
is
that's what I'm okay. Now
saying
you're
it's a
contradicting.
difference.
No, that's what I'm saying. So therefore, it hasn't changed. People have decided to call their dating.
No,
I'm going to
John, it
date.
has changed. Dating is not
Who it
being
changed for?
exclusive,
Who it
baby.
changed for?
It's
Who it changed
not.
for?
It's not. I beg to
Who did it
differ.
change for? Because it didn't change for me. Who it
Dating
changed
is
for?
not being exclusive. That's not in this day and age. You're not dating. You exclusive when you both
Okay.
determine that you want to be exclusive.
Of course. So can two people determine that they want to date exclusively?
Two
Yes.
people can do whatever they chose.
That's what I said. That was my question.
Two people can. But
Okay,
there is a big difference between the two. But if you guys both come up with that, that's fine. It's a big difference.
That's what I'm saying.
Dating and exclusivity is exclusivity.
No,
It's
no,
different. It's two different things.
Wait.
But based on Cordell, I heard you.
Could I get in now? Oh,
I thought you was in, my brother. I thought you was in.
I took a pause for the cause.
Oh, okay.
Listen, you both were saying same thing in different ways.
Okay.
Really, you are. The problem is the word dating.
Yes.
So really, when two people are dating, in your eyes, Donna, they're not exclusive until they have the conversation to become that, right?
And establish that, yes.
Right. Okay. But John sees it that, hey, I know this woman, I like this woman, and we gonna date.
Yes.
We're exclusive.
No.
That's not what you're saying?
No. Because if I like this woman and I see this woman, I'm going to court her. See, I'm going to court her. And then as I'm courting her, then I'll come and talk to her and say, hey, I would like to date you. I would like for us to date, exclusively date and kind of see where we can go from here. That's what I'm saying.
So really, you're taking it back to the old school of dating.
He's taking it back to old school.
No, I'm leaving it to. No, I ain't taking it back. Who removed it? It's not removed.
Doesn't really.
It's a person. It all comes down on how an individual decides how they consider what they want to date. So if a person wants to make the choice that I'm going to consider dating this person, that person, this person, and that person, and dwindle it down, then I'm going to do that. If a person make a choice to say, hey, we two decided that we're just going to date each other only, then that's it. So it ain't taking it back. It's really that people had just made a choice to call it or do it another way.
Okay, well, let's let Cordell finish his thought.
Never mind.
No, go ahead, Cordell. Finish your thought.
Never mind. So really, the thing is that nothing's changed. Really, nothing has changed in really the dating aspect of the word dating. You still got a man. You still got a woman. You still got two people that's going to see just each other. They dating, right? Every day they're dating. John is saying they courting to date. So really, you're still doing the same thing. You're seeing somebody that you like. You're seeing somebody that you want to get to know. So you become exclusive. Can we agree?
Courting is not the same as dating.
No, it's not.
Because courting, you don't go on a date, you more or less, you woo. Courting is like you woo or whatever. But then you see how you can discuss like, hey, I'm into, you might find out you notice I'm into, whatever. You discuss dating. From there exclusively. I mean, for me, you discuss, okay, hey, this is about us dating or whatever. Dating is something because it's ing, meaning it has to be more, it has to be something that is not just a one singular thing. It's not like I'm just going on a date. We're dating.
So is it fair to say that if I see a woman and she sees a man and they see each other and they say, hey, let's go out, would you consider that a date, right? And understanding of two people trying to understand each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, they just decided to go out on a date. Because remember, they just seen each other and they said, hey, let's go out.
That's considered a date. So
A date.
it's understanding of two people trying to get to know each other. Correct? Can we
Mhm.
agree on that?
I agree.
So
I don't know. It's the first date. So, I mean, we have to think about, I think we're taking this and we're going like, well, this is what they're doing, and this is what it is. But we thinking about it's two things we're looking at. You said people date whoever they want to date, they date all these other people, and this is what they're calling the new dating. And then I'm saying this is what I've always known with dating to be. I'm seeing this person, this is who I'm dating. This one person. We decided that this is dating. So my thing is it don't come, it's just whatever you choose to do it. This one that we seeing is old or whatever, don't exist no more. It does exist. It all comes down to the individual and the choice that they make.
so
Because
we're still in the same ballpark. So we got box seats and we got reserve seats. So we got to get in the same area now. We're right there. We're almost there. So we have two people saying, "Hey, we like each other." The next phase is what? Courting?
no,
Okay.
no, courting. Let me explain courting.
Okay.
Courting is uh I say I go by her parents' house every once in a while. Oh, hey, Michelle, come by, see
Yeah,
Michelle. And I
yeah.
kind of do things, I'm kind of courting one, hey Michelle, would you, just want to come and sit and talk or hang out or whatever. I might bring her flowers. Oh, I bought you some cologne or perfume, or I did some night. I'm trying to court her. I'm trying to court her. And then I may tell her, hey, over this time or whatever, I'm taking this liking. I would like to date you. I would like for us to date or whatever and see where we can go. Courting is like a wooing period at the beginning. If courting has nothing to do with dating. You're wooing the person.
Because that's where I think the breakdown is.
No, she know what courting is. I just mentioned courting at the end there, but I'm saying if I was always known you dating someone, that person I'm dating. But if I'm over here and I'm just single life and I'm just meeting all these different people and
To
I'm
me,
single lifing.
to
But
me, that's
if I'm with somebody and I've been with somebody for a little while and then I'm gonna go trying to go seeing somebody, I should have got rid of this first
yeah, that's
before I
that's something else.
so that's not dating. That's me stepping out on this over here, or even if I'm not really stepping out on it,
But if
still
that
I
over
got
there is not a relationship, you're not
get
stepping
out of
out,
it.
John.
Why you
You're not
pursuing
stepping
somebody else?
out. You just single doing
I
you.
said that. I said even if it's not stepping out, why are you pursuing somebody else if you got this
It
over
may
here
be
still?
something in that person that you feel is not a good fit. You may be still just seeing them for whatever reason. It doesn't mean you're still open to meet. You're still searching for that right person for you. You're
Yeah.
not
And that's why we
committed to
have all them.
anyone.
That's why we have who this you talking to? What? Clack, 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 clack. Shoot, come on, stop playing. That's the
I
problem.
just think that
It's
people
really
should just
playing
keep it
games.
100.
It's
If
really
you're
playing
not at
games.
a if you're not at a dating stage with someone, a relationship stage, you should keep it open-minded that a person is probably before they met you, they knew people, they were seeing people, and they
Yeah.
will probably still be maybe until you guys become exclusive. And I think at that point, that's when all the drama stops. Until then, you're still trying to get to that special place. JJ, I see you smiling. You still trying to woo them, court them, get to a place where, okay, they just want to be focused on you. But until you get to that space, they could be doing whatever they're doing. It's not anything to discredit you, and it's not anything for you to judge. It just is what it is until you get to that place of being exclusive with a person. That's just my opinion, you know. Some are into just one focus at a time. And that's how it really, you know, I've always been there, one focus at a time. At the same time, when you are considered single, that's what you are. You are single.
Bingo,
And nobody can sit up and question anything you're doing or anything like that until you become in a relationship status with that person. And until then, they got to shoot their best shot. You shooting your best shot. And hopefully y'all gonna come together like this if you're meant to be together. Period. And the curtains come down.
Drop the mic.
Hey,
Drop
we
the
can't
mic.
always agree, but we
You
learn
need
to
a mic.
disagree agreeably. I want to thank all you guys for your comments and being a part of the Donna Smith Show, Grown Folk Talk, Table Talk on a Sunday. I appreciate all you guys, and sometimes we just don't agree. But our opinions count, and somebody is hearing, somebody is listening, and it's real talk. You know, everybody has their own opinions, everybody have their own way of looking at things, and that's what makes it go. You know, it's no right, it's no wrong. I'm not right all the time. I'm not wrong. John's not right. You know, Cordell, Jay, Goruth, anybody who's watching and your comments, we're not always right. We're not always wrong. We're just opinionated. We're grown folks and we do what we do because it is here to help somebody. And that was a great, great question along with the others. I want to thank you guys for being a part of what we do every Sunday.
That question was crazy.
What'd you say, John?
It was crazy. It was
You
crazy.
just took my focus all the way to zero. What, John?
You said that was a great question. I said that question was crazy.
It wasn't, Brian. You just didn't
It
agree
was.
with the dialogue.
Oh, big old
And
broad.
it's okay.
No, I don't agree with it.
It's
Big
okay
old
that we
broad
got the
question.
dating and
Some
the
people be more
mixed up.
detailed.
Lord have mercy, help
Big
them.
old broad
We
question.
understand that, you know,
Yeah.
old school is old school. You know what? I'm
Ain't no
telling you,
old school.
while I was on that plane of, I couldn't understand. People was telling me, well, we're dating. And I would say like, okay, you're dating. That means that you're together, right? And they were like, well, no, we're not together. We're just dating. And I'm like, well, where I come from, date mean you know, and I had to get that right. And nowadays, that's not what it is.
They're not
That's
together.
not what it is. You have got to make it exclusive. You have got to sit down and know what direction you both are going to. Just because you're ready to make it exclusive, the other person may not be ready with you. They may not feel it yet. They may not know it yet. They may not be ready yet. Okay? It takes two people coming together saying, okay, we're going to do this. And you need to discuss it. You need to be on the same plane because I go to Starbucks and to dinner with you and do some nice things and this and that and that does not mean that we're dating. It means that,
that's right.
I mean, it does mean that we're dating, but it does not mean that we're exclusive.
It means
we're dating, but we're not exclusive. We're going on dates with each other to see if we can deal with each other. Because I may not like you after 2 dates. I may say, you know what, that's right. And you may not like me. You may decide.
So then do they call and say we're not dating no more?
No. If you don't like each other after a couple of days, you just go on and date somebody else. That's how it goes. And then you ghost the person like, wait, or you may decide that you want to be friends. You may say, you don't have to ghost them, but you may say, well, okay.
That's what it sounds like, huh, Cordell?
They make a good friend. I think I want to be their friend, but I don't want to, you know, I don't want to be in a relationship with that person. So you don't all the way ghost them. You just kind of, you know, change the flavor because you focusing in on somebody else that you want to date and see what it do. That's all. There's nothing wrong with it. JJ stuck. Goruth is playing around with the camera, but it's all good. I want to thank you guys for being here tonight. We are here with the Grown Folk Table Talk. We enjoyed everybody, and I'm going to be back on here. I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm be back on here. I'm gonna be back on here next Sunday, the 25th, and I'm gonna tell you guys next week is gonna be a really bomb show. We're gonna let it all go. We're gonna talk about some really juicy grown folk, juicy stuff. I hope I don't get blooped off of the situation because I'm gonna be real. That's gonna be my Sunday before my surgery. I have surgery on the 29th of September, so I'm gonna be under the weather for a few days or so until I am bounced back. But I'm going to let my hair all the way down Sunday. So I want y'all to be a part of what I do, okay? And I hope ain't nobody mad at me because I said the difference between
This is very entertaining.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, thank you for being a part of what we do. We see y'all next week. Bye,
Bye,
grown folk.